Bro, we got a whole anime cutscene now. Oh, they stepped it up. Y'all weren't lying. And she's practicing doing it with the pot. Bro, my heart, bro. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jerada. We are here for some more Honkai CASTORICE. Last time, y'all know what happened. We became a Chrysos heir after we inherited Oryx's core flame, and now we learned that we are apparently dead. We ain't alive. Apparently, we've been walking around without our soul, and we gonna die in 15 hours. So good luck to us. Oryx said, go ahead and get your butt back out there and start searching for your soul, and go and try to cheat death right now by dealing with the Death Titan, because otherwise you gonna be gone. Anaxa also only has 15 hours to live as well, and is dealing with his own problems with his own core flame with Circes right now. And he's been trying to, you know, manipulate the game a little bit. You've seen over a Dawn Cloud after we met the Council of Elders and everything like that. So Anaxa got his whole other plan that is aside from anything with the Chrysos heirs or the Council of Elders, which I think he's trying to become a Titan and get control over everything so he can do whatever he wants and have all the freedom and an infinite lifespan that he wants. Let's hop into this, y'all. I'm excited. I gotta do it every video, you already know. There we go, that's it. That's the one time for the video. What do we got? What are we looking at? Black monsters are twisted in form. Why they gotta be black, huh? They've always been black, but why they gotta be black, huh? And their life has turned to ash together with their souls. It's impossible to figure out their form when they were still alive. These are the remains of the Black Tide monster. It does look different from the Titankin from up close. What's that underneath it? A scroll? Okay, the scholars debate. A recorded debate between Vernationalist and Neurosporist scholars. Most of it is illegible, leaving only fragments of dialogue. Venerationist scholar. We all recall that state that dared touch the sky. But what were they really? Just blind masses manipulated by ambitious politicians who dared challenge the Titan's authority? A completely meaningless attempt. An absolute mistake. Huh. You Venerationists have bowed to the Titans for so long. You've forgotten the scholar's true purpose? Making a mistake does not mean the act was meaningless. Even those students new to the Grove understand this from basic logic lessons. An entire city-state reduced to ashes proved the skyship's construction was a mistake. To me, that's precisely the meaning they achieved through sacrifice. Am I hearing this right? Such a statement? Are you converting the Venerationism? No, I'm simply examining the matter from another perspective. Nothing else is legible. As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the sky ships. Aglaia also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us, a memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. Alright. Getting some things here at least. Not a complete waste. I'm gonna ignore y'all. Hyacinth? That's Hyacinth. Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much faith as I have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
I know, how you got your hands on your hip like that? Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
Oh, she said, I got this. I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. Alright, now let's get him.
She said, hold up, I was just joking. Please come help me. Let's get him. I didn't like that how that fragmented right there. Did y'all see that? It looked like you could see like her eye like fragmenting from her body. That was weird. Oh heck no. Alright, let's wrap this up real quick. Nice and easy. Yeah, there we go. Work. Chill. Alright, hold up, body him. Hit him with that old Anaxa. Yes, sir. Teach him about that knowledge.
Yeah.
Wanna know what I got in my garage?
Everything in this world.
Knowledge. Here we go. That's so old, bro. You can tell how old I am. Alright, this should do it right here.
Insanity.
Good night. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The black tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphoreus. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me.
Ah, so they are attracted to you.
Anyway,
You're
never
like
mind
black
that for
tide
now.
bait.
Here, you might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
What is it? More reading? Yep, part 2. Well then, enlighten me. What exactly do you mean by examining from another perspective? Simple, you see. When we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our heads, it's below our feet. Huh. I don't even want to know what kind of situation inspired you to make such exalted theories. By the way, I have a student who loves to write satirical comedies and once wrote about a fool who could not figure out a question no matter what. As I said, there's no reasoning with you venerationists. You're like dromuses, huge yet always gazing downward at the earth, while I want to be the wasp that stings the dromus. What if that state tyrant's defeat simply proved that among all paths to Aquila, the skyship was the wrong one? Ooh. Anaxagoras, you impious blasphemer. Mark my words, you will eventually answer for your sacrilege. I doubt your students, or that young teaching assistant girl, have any idea what secret research you're truly conducting. So, I don't know how you say this name, bro. We got Youth, and we got Anaxa, debating back and forth. Anaxagoras? He's a scholar who fused himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky.
Ah.
He's never mentioned anything about it.
He got his secrets with him. Phanon said Anaxa might be opposed to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement.
He is.
Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove.
Hey, I mean, he's making his plans work, so we'll see.
Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
She wants somebody who thinks outside the box, someone who's a little crazy. Like her. I picked up a scroll on my way here, too. It looks like it may be related to the one you're holding.
Oh? Let me have a look.
Hyacinth combines both records together.
By the looks of them, these scrolls are records of 2 conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
I just thought she had a little accent right there. 2 conversations right there. Like she all of a sudden got a little southern in her. A little southern in her. Hold up. There's still much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Who are the Venerationists?
The Grove of Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar,
Yeah.
each is unique in its own way.
They all
Among
diverged.
them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most.
Okay.
As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with Anaxa.
Euthyphro.
If we were to
Crazy
place
name,
the
bro.
7
Crazy
sages
name.
on the scales of Talanton, Anaxa and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
They're complete opposites. I like that. Okay. A very illustrative explanation. Thank you. Was it a mistake to build the skyships?
Nearly everyone in Amphoreus has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini Treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
Crazy thought process. That was a joke, right? What is Anaxa's field of study?
Newsporus
I
primarily
knew that
studied
one.
the application of alchemy in soul repair.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing the whole time.
Everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If
He
you
believes in
must
what he
say
believes
that
in.
he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch.
Which we now know after his talk with Cersei's and their discussion about the past. I feel like he might have seen more than he let on in that backstory as well, though. Like, he may have seen more with that eye that cost him the eye or whatever, than just the soul of the sister or whatever. Alright, that's it.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth.
Alright.
Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the skyship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself.
That makes sense. He was like, "You getting too close to me right now," and just blasted them straight back down to earth. He said, "Nah, stay down there a little while longer."
It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even the scroll is completely new to me.
So everything related to, like, you know, trying to reach Aquila in the sky is kind of just, you know, dead. Like, we got to find all, like, the old research or topics or discussions if we can find them. Otherwise, we got nothing. Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can find on the Titans for now. There's something else that's caught my attention, though. This says that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know.
Oh, they learning.
What are these experiments he's involved in?
Sacrificing
Even I, the
people.
assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this.
Suspicious!
Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
Oh, there definitely is. Imagine he's responsible for all of this. He summoned that black robe dude through his experiments and sacrificed everybody, trying to bring back somebody or whatever.
The Library, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes.
Alright.
Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here.
Cool. Okay.
Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they saw. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original.
Foul work.
What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
Foul work. No, don't give me a copy of it. Give me back my original copy. That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Thieves, crooks, criminals, non-do-gooders. Hold up, I can't think of anything else. What else we got? I ain't got nothing else. Hold up. Well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Kremnos?
Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos.
They don't read. They don't write. They don't expand their knowledge. They just fight. Bars.
There are too many books in the Library Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need?
Who?
We can bring
Biblioslate?
them back to Akama for reading after that.
Agreed. This place isn't safe. We should leave as soon as we're done. There are still several more scrolls strewn all over the place. I'll gather them while you pull back those texts. This way, nothing will be overlooked. Let's do it. Spread out. What we got over here? These are complaint letters from the scholars about Anaxagoras the Blasphemer. There's a thick stack of papers or letters. Based on the dust accumulated and the perfectly intact seals, the complainee did not even bother opening them and just chucked them aside into a corner. This is about Anaxa? I should read this. Hyacinth, you should come have a look too. Let's see what we got.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here.
I'd hate that.
Whoa. Are these all complaints about him?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods.
Uh-huh.
His very existence undermines order in our society.
I like her little
They're
mockery
probably
of them.
all things like that.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the great performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone.
Crazy.
Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphoreus? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn.
Are the worlds that are created by God supposed to be perfect? I wouldn't say so. Because, I mean, you expect a god to be perfect, but you don't expect their... Would you really expect their creations to be perfect? I feel they're going to want something that's, like, different. I don't know. An uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish.
The seat of judgment.
Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the grove.
And he fought off every single one of them. Watch.
The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Well, if they created the heavens and the earth, then let's say they didn't create the rest of it. Wouldn't the rest of it come with it? Am I supposed to put myself in Anaxa's shoes and answer that? Yes. As told in the myth, the seas, the skies, and the earth are all beyond the shadow of a doubt creations of the Titans. Well, he wouldn't say that.
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way.
Yeah.
Instead, he quoted past instances of the flame chase journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans.
Yeah, so the question that they asked him right there was literally just baiting him into saying yes and agreeing with them. If you said no, then you're basically trying to say that you disagree and that you think that the humans created all that stuff, but they really didn't. But he just went a completely different route and started arguing his own points about different things.
Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation.
Which was?
You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
That's a serious allegation. Did he really do that?
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient.
Oh, that gotta be crazy. What did he use? A spoon to scoop it out? My dude got a spoon and just said... Like, what? How do you even do that?
Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili. And this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious.
Crazy. And I don't put it past him to do it.
Thankfully, they had no way to prove it.
Yep.
So it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him.
Okay.
Toward the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods?
Oh.
It was only after a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs.
Okay. What he didn't say, that the Titans are not noble, rings louder in this case.
Yes. I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved. But what's for certain, at least, is that Anaxa was allowed to stay in the grove where he continued his research.
He was skating on thin ice, but barely got through it. Okay.
By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate.
Let's go.
I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab.
Why haven't we searched there in the beginning?
The cornerstones.
Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, Could there really be such an oversight right under their noses? I mean, if he hides it correctly, you gotta realize Anaxa is that smart. He probably got a way to, keep things hidden inside of his own place.
It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time.
But they could still go search that, couldn't they?
Even the administrators of the Library of Philia
okay.
are restricted from accessing those places
My bad,
and
never mind.
documenting the sage's research. But with the grove in the state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
Look at this mischievous little girl. He's definitely gonna be mad, especially if we find something against him that he doesn't want us to find. But I'm with it. Let's go find it.
This is the place, but
Oh,
where is everything?
this is the place? It looks like a random hallway.
Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. Did the black tide destroy it all?
I don't know if that's the case. No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials.
Like his own eyeball?
Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed.
Mad
Naturally,
freaking scientist.
No one dared to come near this place.
My bad, mad alchemist.
Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
And there's a scroll over there too. Let's go check it out. What we got? These are the materials requested by Anaxagoras. Documents from various fields have been compiled in one place, including Titan creations, the universality of the soul, alchemy doctrine, and so on. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of the New Spurus school of thought. However, a document titled A Study on the Chrysos Heir's Background is mixed within. These appear to be quick notes examining the background of Chrysos Heirs. The Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis, Trebi, Trian, and Trinon, descendants of the Holy Maiden from the Temple of the Three Fates, Goldweaver Aglaya of Akima from the Nestia priestly family, the Prince of Castrum Kremnos, Hyacinth of the Twilight Courtyard. All of their ancestry have varying degrees of connection to divine titans or their divine authorities. Does the golden blood come from the heritage of priest families or royal bloodlines? Anaxagoras, I myself show no such connection. Kephalli the creator, what criteria did they use to create the golden blood, to shape the Chrysos heirs? Yet, CASTORICE, the servant of death from Idonia, her lineage is neither titan priest nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennium with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? Another text speaks of the dragon legends of Styxia, the alchemical extraction of soul ripped from dragon corpses is intriguing. Dragons appear to be the Titans' creations. Perhaps there's a way to reverse the process, using alchemy to refuse human souls with Titan creations, increasing the purity and divinity of a golden blood toward the absolute. This theory must be tested, experiments to be arranged.
What's going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Akima and me?
So he wants to fuse one of their souls with the dragon, is what it seems like, and then he's gonna try to see if they can ascend to godhood instead of demigodhood or something like that. This journal contains several intriguing points. Creation of the Titans. From the Abyss of Fate to Castrum Kremnos, I've seen many a Titan creation during my time in Amphoreus. Life forms created by Circes can also be found in the Grove. But fusing them with human souls through alchemical means, I can't even begin to imagine. The Chrysos heirs. Anaxa seems to hold a special interest in the divinity coursing through the Chrysos heirs' veins, and has even conducted a thorough investigation into the heroes' backgrounds.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new sporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases. It also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs.
So it makes sense for Mighty and CASTORICE because of their unique origins, their unique attributes, but not everybody else, which means that he is trying to figure out whose soul he could put into some creature or creation.
But now, it seems Anax's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Which is what I was wondering about too. Y'all heard me in the last video, those of y'all who listen to my little rambles, is like, Kefali, if he's supposed to be dead or gone or whatever, how is that golden blood still pouring from him, from the statue of him or whatever that is? And how does that golden blood work? And how do people get golden blood? We don't have golden blood as a trailblazer, right? But we are still able to take on the core flame of Orynyx, so how does that work? Alright, Anax's research. Through alchemy, Anax aims to refine the golden blood in the Chrysos heirs to a degree of purity equal to divinity. This must be what he means by close to true purity, but treating both Titan creations and the human body as materials to be used in alchemical experiments, that's rather extreme.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
What is it? Another one. Part 2. These documents appear incomplete. Judging from what's left behind, the important alchemical formulae have been taken away. Only the author's reasoning remains. The previous approach has flaws. Fusing human souls with Titan creations does not purify golden blood. So he's already tried fusing a human soul with a Titan creation. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Chrysos heirs' golden blood. Soul fusion between humans and creations merely repairs impurities of the soul or maintains a connection to dying souls. While creation myths tell us that Chrysos heirs and other creations were all made by Titans, their nature differs fundamentally. The Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemical process, and the Chrysos heirs are closer to the Titans than the creations. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Chrysos heirs. The hypothesis I should focus on is one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such rare chances to study Titans demand a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans prove impossible to restrain, and dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing. But dying Titans, they are the perfect research subjects. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything's birth. Through my own hands, I will melt a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul. My dude is crazy, bro. My dude is insane.
My biggest fear.
I like him.
It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now.
Alright, what you got? Lay it out for me.
Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Yep, we got that. Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically? Yeah, he's like reconstructing them and kind of bring them back or like rebirth them in a way?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy.
Okay.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What? What's wrong?
Do you remember when the Black Tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Circe's core flame to a safe place.
Okay.
But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
Okay, and that's when he got the core flame put into him. But Circe took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we're in now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
You're saying that he controlled Circe, like she was dying and he controlled her to like make that all happen? What do you mean?
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
Found a way to survive. I put my theories to the test, no matter the cost. Yeah, because if you're gonna die, your theories are about, and all your theories that you're, hell bent on finding out and uncovering the truth for are gonna just go up in smoke because nobody else is willing to do what you do, yeah, you're gonna want to go ahead and try to get everything working as quick as possible, even at the risk of your own life. And he's mentioned that multiple times, that he's willing to die for his theories and his beliefs. Yeah, my man is insane.
Exactly. When the black
Nutcase, bro.
tide
Hold up.
came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the luminary throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Okay. Did he succeed? Well, he's dying right now, so...
Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision.
Okay. Oh, because, yeah, Cersei's is trying to take over his body and continue on living as well. So they were both dying. Okay. That's why she probably chose him, was because he was dying, so she could probably take control of his body once his soul was gone.
The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
So he took all the research with him. That's what happened. Could he have taken them for other purposes?
Like what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
Yep.
No. No way.
To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If Anaxa is in Akima now, then that means...
He's after Kefali.
Kefali, okay. I was thinking, at first I thought it was Aquila, because we haven't seen them too much, but we keep hearing about them. But no, Kefali, which makes sense. So he's...
Sir, this sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Yeah, we're not in a real sky. You know, Aquila made a fake sky for us. There's a whole space beyond y'all. Anyways, though, yeah, so that proves my theory from last video, too. So I didn't know who it was exactly he was going for, but I did say it could have been Kefali, because Kefali literally is creation, which means that it would answer all his questions if he could fuse with the Titan of creation to do everything he wants, meaning that he's going to try fusing with creation, with Kefali. That's going to be insane.
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick.
I think that he meant more than that. He was not talking about just this little projection going on. He was saying the actual sky.
The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you.
That's cool.
Much like how the sky above the holy city is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
Okay, so that's illuminated by Kefali. I thought it was by Aquila, but okay, you know what? Kefali then, okay.
So,
Dawn device.
the skies of Akama are fake too.
That's all he's focused on.
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules.
True.
Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
Literally, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, Anaxa gotta be one of my favorite characters in all of Amphoreus right now. I like his thinking, even though he's completely insane and a lunatic. What does that say for me? I don't know.
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child.
Ooh.
Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself.
Because Cersei's gives the knowledge on to everybody, and he's a big influencer among everybody, so that he can change everyone's thinking, which then immediately changes how Cersei's is and all that stuff and perceived. So yeah.
But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
Can't be proven, or can't be proven without using some suspicious means or some, diabolical means. That's the difference. Anaxa is like, no, it can be proven. It can be proven. But we will have to do some shady things.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us.
Yeah.
The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
He's like, bro, can you stop?
You're right.
Oh.
I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve.
And this is probably where Anaxa gets like a lot of power, control, and pretty much everything he wants, so far at least, for the time being.
Go. Establish your own school of thought.
And that's where it began.
Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Hey, this is why I like Anaxa.
Child of humanity.
Oh, Cersei's back.
You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out.
Oh, she pieced it together.
If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus.
As everybody calls him.
Alas,
A Dromus dripping finally.
I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Alright, let him know. Even though you're doing some terrible things right now, let him know.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians.
Oh.
When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa.
Oh, wow. So this right here is supposed to be Styxia then? This place looks epic, I'm not gonna lie. I know this is supposed to be probably after the destruction that happened with the dragon, and all the Styxians probably died. But I don't know how it looked before, but it looked cool as heck now, so.
They call me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm on a similar wavelength to him. Not the whole taming part, because the taming part is a bit wild to say. I don't know if you want to say tame, because you treat the Titans like they're an animal. I think that the Titans are a force that mankind has yet to reach the level of. That's what it is, because we have powers and everything like that, but we're just not strong enough to deal with the Titans. But I feel like that we can reach their level over time. Like the Chrysos heirs will be able to do that. We're literally fusing with their core flames, so that's why I kind of agree with him.
Oh, if power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Because that's not the type of conformity that he wants. He wants to conquer the Titan, not fuse with the Titan.
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are.
Hey, listen, I'm interested in that too. What does make up our soul?
Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death.
Okay.
But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning.
Alright.
How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
And what is his analysis or his conclusion?
No, I have already drawn a conclusion.
Yeah, not a conjecture, conclusion.
In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa,
Oh, who's this?
I'm here.
CASTORICE.
Her life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
She's here to restrain him? It's gonna be interesting.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
Uh-oh, what's he trying to get out of CASTORICE and them?
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and her survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
But she's a little blinded by that, I feel like, then. If she's thinking it that way right now, then she's more concerned with being able to do something that she's never been able to do before than she is about the repercussions of what's about to happen.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Let what show begin?
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Hey, if he can, I'm here for it.
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time.
Okay.
As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier, the answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Alright, so what did he learn while he was in there? Because when he was in there, they were saying that they weren't... He asked if they were in the... I forget what it was called, but it started with an N. The Netherworld, I think? And then the souls around him said, not the Netherworld. Like, the Netherworld doesn't exist. So the Netherworld isn't real. It's not like you go into a death world. They're just stuck somewhere else.
Anaxa,
Is that what he's talking about?
you were in the Netherrealm?
Netherrealm.
Yes, I am but a living dead man now, but that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes.
Oh, that was between heroes. Okay.
That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Nah, that's not what it looked like to me.
Of course you would remember. Because that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
So you're telling me that she faked being Calypso and was actually Circes, but Calypso was a real being that was actually here? But then does that, or is she actually Calypso from back then, but when she merged with the core flame for reason, maybe she became Circes and forgot everything else? I don't, let's see.
Calypso?
Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it?
Because it's a real person.
And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul.
Oh.
Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world, so who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness, yet you have no idea who she is? The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood.
Okay.
The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air.
Yep.
And they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one.
That I had it, bro. I hit it on the head, bro. Y'all gotta believe that I got the greatest brain in all of Honkai Star Rail history. Hold up. I called that, bro. The fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. And that's what I'm saying. We're fusing with the core flames as the Christos heirs, and we're basically ascending to demigodhood. And eventually you can ascend to godhood too. Unless maybe the Titans can take back control if they, pass on the core from you. Maybe they can take back control. I don't know. But that was what I was thinking. I'm like, it's just been a constant cycle. In the very beginning, I need to know how it happened in the very beginning, though. Was it somebody in the very beginning who became like Kefali and started the creation process? How did they evolve into Kefali then, if that was the case? Who was the first Titans that evolved, or the first humans that evolved into Titans to achieve godhood? How did that happen?
Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
There's a whole wide world out there, Circes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that. But it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
Kefali?
You can revive a Titan?
Through the souls, maybe? Because he's been doing all the soul research, and if the Titans are actually humans, their souls would be in the land of the dead, and you could actually access them through Thanatos, couldn't you? Or through, going into that nether realm area, because they're real people.
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods.
Okay.
But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me.
Oh.
If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple, is it not?
Yo. So, yeah, she was trying to take over Anaxagoras by putting the core flame into him when he was dead, which is why he's dying, and then she's going to get control over him. He's now trying to basically be reborn as Kefali by, I don't know, taking on his core flame, or however he plans to do it. I don't know exactly how that works. I assume it has to do with the core flame, but we'll see. In the meantime, what do we got going on elsewhere?
I have news from Hyacinth and Dan Heng. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Oh, he's not trying. He's about to do it, it feels like.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
They believe he's going up there to ask questions, but he's going up there to fuse with the Titan and take over Kefali and become Kefali, basically.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit.
It wasn't Aglaia heading towards Dawncloud right now?
What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kindness is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans.
So we're just not gonna worry about an accident.
Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Dang. We will be waiting here for your good news. Come find us anytime you need something. Okay, Aglaia's going up there, so she's gonna have to go deal with the People's Council.
Preposterous! The Christosairs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders! How dare they trample over it!
Wow, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Curator Rose, hello, Oleg of Amphoreus.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a ferocious warrior?
It has indeed been some time, Lord Krateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down.
Oh, what?
Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for kindness.
Ah, so we don't want to reveal anything to them?
I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
Hey, I mean, we'd win, but yeah, I don't want to do that.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
It would be hard not to notice thunderclaps in broad daylight. No, I'm a heavy sleeper. Hooray, it's Acheron! Someone's coming to save us. But bro, hold up. With Thanatos, though, I wouldn't doubt that. What if Acheron does appear here? But I doubt it, because I don't think Thanatos is anywhere on the level of Nihility at all. Especially now that we know we're learning from Anaxa that there's supposed to be humans turning into these gods. Or these titans, I should say. So, yeah, I don't think Acheron will care. But yeah, hooray, it's Acheron.
Hacker... what?
He's so confused.
She's been through a lot lately. Please pardon her. Can you tell us more about these thunderclaps?
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife.
Oh.
They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words in Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
I told you! I knew that dude wasn't gone. I knew that dude that was too easy for how powerful they made him out to be. I'm like, and how much of a threat he was at the very beginning of that. He's back.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
No.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
Say less. He said, I'm ready. Listen, we're all ready. That dude came out. He came out and murdered Tree Ann. Or at least, you know, got her to the point where she died. Because she had to exhaust herself from, like, trying to fend him off. Yeah, we need revenge. If that thing is not dead, if that person's not dead, I don't know what they are, who they are. Nah, we gotta get revenge for Tree Ann.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaia know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps under cover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
That's crazy.
How dare you? Don't place that.
The heck?
That's her.
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Krateros.
Alright, where we heading? Trailblazer POV, we got Finon with us in the mix. Return to the Demigod Council and inform Aglaia about things.
Above, as the Theoros I have observed.
Oh, they're having their debate over here.
Aglaia, what happened here?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
Okay, take back everything I just said. Elia is having some trouble.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left.
Oh, okay. So that's
Before
true.
I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites, no longer capable of relating to the people.
Oh, that's not good, yeah.
This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
So she can take care of all the dirty work, since she's not gonna be, she's not gonna have much humanity left, or any humanity left in her, and she's gonna think of things in a cold, logical way. Whereas Finan still hasn't ascended to demigodhood yet, still is his, righteous self who wants to do his good for everybody and get revenge, obviously. So he's gonna be the new leader, the new captain, maybe?
Yes, this is my duty, but
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances. There is no glory in winning this debate, but that makes having respect for humans so much more priceless. Finan, you are a Chrysos heir without flaw, capable of relating deeply with humans.
Okay, I want to take that one step back. I don't know if we can say he's a Chrysos heir without flaw, but he is the least flawed Chrysos heir out of all of us, I'd say. Yeah.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaia. I hope we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
All right, let's try it. Do I gotta actually do it? I hope not. What you laughing at? Pompous. Stop. Hold up.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today.
All right, try me.
Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphoreus was home to nearly 1,000 cities, each with their own local faith, while gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat, with no way out of this plight. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now, the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you.
Okay, before we get to her question, in the middle of her talking, I just had a whole bunch of ideas running through my head. One, Flame Reaver. If they didn't die to Mighty's attacks and our entire plan, all that stuff, when we beat them, it felt like they died, but they came back. I thought that we actually killed them, and then now they came back to life. If that is the case, though, if it's something more like that, they might be doing something similar to a Naxa with what he's trying to do with, ascending to godhood or something like that, or all the soul research and everything like that. I might be way off. I'm just, putting random theories out there. And then on top of that, with the gods walking amongst us, if they aren't, with everything going on, like a soul or whatever, or, dying and coming back or whatever, because he said you can't revive a god or a human, then I'm thinking that this Flame Reaver, if they're the cause of the Black Tide, then what if they're the opposite, the antithesis of Kefali? Because Kefali is supposed to be the Titan of creation that created the world. I don't think we've seen a Titan of destruction, have we? That just destroys the world? So what if the Black Tide and the Flame Reaver are like a new Titan, basically? Someone made a new Titan, basically. They ascended to godhood and became the Titan of destruction. What if something like that is the case of happening? Anyways,
Would you
back to her
rather
question.
strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice.
I mean, if I heard that, I'd be like, let's go to Aranova, because Chrysia, I mean, it was cool, but how are we going to get back to that?
Now, which of the two would lead mortals to an ideal future?
The one that's actually a future, maybe? That's not recreating the past? No hesitation. I stand by Aranova. If it's possible to bring Era Chrysia back, nah, let's go Aranova. I mean, blind faith is bad, but let's go Aranova. I want to see what happens with that. Aranova is a path of salvation the gods promised. We should not have doubts in the flame chase journey. I don't like saying it that way, though. We should have doubts in it, but I say we still go through with it.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
That was pretty much my question.
Let the 3 Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
Which ones are the Calamity Titans again? Is it supposed to be Death, Thanatos, Strife, and who's the third one? I can't remember right now. So I'm assuming she's saying to get rid of them completely. Anaxa and CASTORICE are back?
Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side.
Did he actually get her on his side? What?
Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and CASTORICE, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Well, maybe it's because of their deal, actually. Maybe she's not truly on their side, but he needed her to be on his side in order for the equivalent exchange. So that's his proposal, and then he gives her the information she needs for Thanatos. That's a good argument, though.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor of Era Chrysia.
Dang, it's turning against us.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia!
Terrible chant. Terrible chant. Try again, buddy. Y'all are so out of sync, I don't even want to root with y'all anymore. Even if I was going to root with y'all. I don't think that CASTORICE is truly with them. I could be wrong, though.
CASTORICE? Why are you standing over there?
You finally arrived, Anaxa. So have you, Cass.
Oh.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do? Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
Oh?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphoreus back to an era when all beings live forever.
Live forever?
We'll usher in a new future that will be entirely different from the flame chase journey.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, 2 things with that. 1, I don't ever trust anybody. I trust nobody who tells me that they have a promise of eternal life. Ain't no way. I don't care who you are, what scientific research you've done, I do not trust you. Second of all, living forever sucks, in my opinion. Imagine the amount of people you gotta see go normally. If everybody lives forever, then I guess, maybe it's a different story. But, I don't know. I feel like living forever is just boring. I mean, you can kind of accomplish everything you want to accomplish, but then you just gotta keep finding new things to accomplish. The limited time you have as a human is what makes it precious, because you gotta go and figure out all the things that you want to achieve in this limited time to leave a mark.
He's one of the 7 sages. That's impossible.
Alright, they discussing. I'm pretty sure this is going to go against us, and then we're going to have to figure out what we go through after this.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Yeah, even if you deal with the Death Titan, you still have the Black Tide killing people.
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions.
Is that so? Have we tested this all?
Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
Not yet, but like, that wouldn't be enough for me to believe that that's not going to happen eventually. But this place will become the Flame Reaver's target sooner or later. Isn't this just survivorship bias?
If we eliminate death, then there's no need for us to fear that Flame Reaver.
How do you know that? You're assuming, okay, my problem, okay, no. The one thing to thwart their argument right now, I think, is the realization that they are not all that exists, and that there's a whole universe outside of them that experiences death. So I don't see how your civilization can be immortal and nobody else could. I don't know, maybe that's flawed still, but I don't know. Because if you're taking the basis that Thanatos is what causes death for all humans, then that can easily be refuted by saying that there's a whole other universe out there outside of you guys, and your gods are not the real ones, or something like that.
Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful old world, where are you now? Oh, legendary Erachrisia, return to the mortal realm.
After the destruction of the 3 Titans of Calamity, the Flame Chase journey will have to end.
Are you sure about that? They're cheering in excitement. Yep, they won them over. Not looking good, Aglaya. I'm sorry.
This is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
I think he has.
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly fortunate and blessed. For CASTORICE, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
Yeah, I think he's figured out how to do it. That's what convinced CASTORICE to go along with this.
What?
With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady CASTORICE brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders.
I don't know. I don't like Aglaya being in charge of everything, and I don't like Kindness being in charge of everything, even though Nax is pulling her strings. And I kind of know what Nax's goal is, so I mean, I kind of want to see what happens when he do, but he's also kind of like going towards a little bit of an evil side in a way, so I feel like all of them are just terrible leaders right now. Finon, you gotta step up, buddy.
Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Erachrisia will return to our world once again.
Yep, we lost him. We lost. It's over. Flame Church's journey ends here. It was nice playing Amphoreus, guys.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali and Talent above, as the Theoros I have observed, Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this Citizens' Assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the Flame Chase journey.
It's over.
This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
And they all excited about it too. Watch. They all gonna be excited now, and then 2 months later, everybody out here dying and Ah! Ah! The Black Tide! The Black Tide! It's coming! But Yeah, y'all didn't believe us before, huh?
Aglaya, dear Aglaya, what has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
Because she's wavering, trying to make sure she keeps her humanity, but she's losing it.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the flame chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
Even if y'all shut us down, it don't mean that we're gonna stop.
Well then, I guess we'll find out if that's true at the Citizens' Assembly.
Lygus announces the conclusion of the debate, and the attendees part ways. Dang. I guess we could talk to CASTORICE to see if she can tell us anything or not.
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
She seemed too sweet to be evil. So, yeah, I think she just got reasons.
In that case, please tell us as much as you can.
Hold on, ready? Nah. What happened when you went to look for Anaxa?
In actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Okay, so we're gonna see what he showed her, I guess?
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes.
Okay, we heard this. Switching to CASTORICE's POV. Okay.
Have you heard of this tale before?
Oh, is she gonna hear and learn from, learn about her, I guess, sister or lineage? I don't know.
A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen.
Dang, is that the whole dragon right there? Is that your queen? That's crazy. Look at this. You're going crazy over here in war. Imagine bringing dragons to wartime in real life. That'd be crazy.
Until one day, an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun.
Oh, never mind. That's not on our side.
Its claws were sharp enough to rip the waves apart.
Oh, so this is the story of Styxia then. So again, this is like the third time that I've read this or heard this now.
It barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter.
Yes, it did.
It even settled itself in her bedroom like a tyrant king. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen slit open the dragon's belly, she realized that the princess had long since been digested.
Dang.
And all that was left of her was a pile of bones.
Crazy metabolism.
Devastated, the queen wept for several days. It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy.
I didn't put that together. That's Anaxa, isn't it? Did Anaxa do this? Or am I off? Is it somebody else? Because Polixia is the one telling the story, but I don't know when Polixia was alive. I don't know when Polixia existed and everything. But Anaxa was trying to do all this research about the souls, and he needed to do this type of experiment stuff. So was this Anaxa that went there and told them all this, and they did all this?
The princess was reborn! The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body.
Yep.
As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's innocent civilians in a single gulp.
So then the liar, who was the person who talked about the alchemy stuff, died as well. Okay, never mind then.
Worse still, The souls of the deceased were refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls that would not retreat for a long time.
So you're telling me that if you have a lot of regret, then you can avoid going into the Netherrealm and just remain a soul in normal life? And then that became the River of Souls, which is where Mighty was thrown into as a kid and became immortal through being thrown in there. How does that work, though?
A terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter, our hometown fell into ruin as well. Until...
Till what? Oh, this is their story.
Until... actually, I don't know what happened next either.
Dang.
Oh, my... It seems that you still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Polixia. So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image.
It literally is you. That's what it looked like.
And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Dang, of course.
Oh, my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
I know. They're talking for us, the audience.
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid play, and the truth will naturally reveal itself.
Alright, let's find out.
Dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
In that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations. After all, you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of study.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
Nah, it's real. But I don't know about the alchemy part for real, though.
A fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
Not to try to resurrect people? That's the best I can come up with.
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange?
Ah, so you got one thing, but you lost another. Okay.
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead.
Yeah, I was with Polixia on that one.
Huh.
But no, okay, Calypso got a good idea, though, of it.
What? At a loss for words?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of equal weight to it, right?
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
You flatter me.
Wisest scholar in the land.
Why don't I ask you a question as well, as a form of equivalent exchange?
Of course. What is your question?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Ooh.
What? What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Okay, Polixia. No, she is not. Read between the lines, sweetie, please.
Let's just leave it at that. That was rude of me.
Yep, she backtracked.
Yes.
Oh.
My bad.
Death.
Oh.
Is inevitable.
She's like, yes, I would.
In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good.
And you would use alchemy to resurrect them.
If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation.
Would y'all use it without hesitation? Would y'all use it in general? Or is y'all like, no, that's taboo, I ain't never doing that?
After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that fateful moment eventually.
Dang, okay.
My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life, I am unable to complete the trial.
The trial for Thanatos' core flame, maybe?
You shall wither.
Yeah.
And through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear.
Why is he a question mark now?
Between my sister
That's nice, wasn't it?
one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life.
And that's going to be Polixia, and then CASTORICE is going to be the one to actually inherit the core flame of Thanatos, or ascend to the new Thanatos.
I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Oh.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same.
I'm still saying CASTORICE. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just going to keep saying CASTORICE for now, though.
How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
I gotta know who the Chaos is. I'm assuming it's the Titan of Creation, or like supposed to be that person, but I don't know for sure, obviously, so...
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphoreus' history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself?
Before the Titans were even born, it was complete chaos. Okay.
I have long held three hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Let's.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
Regarding this matter, Nias,
Yeah, Nias.
confident that you'll complete your trial?
Why was his name in question marks again?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
He has no doubt in his mind that he's emerging victorious. I like the confidence.
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
Okay, this is the room that we were in when we had to deal with Strife, right?
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason.
Okay, and this is where it begins for him.
You really know how to make things difficult.
Please, young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul-rending ceremony.
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it.
Dang, that's true. For everybody who gets the power of strife, they just succumb to the, the war, the fighting, the savagery of it, and so that's what he's trying to deal with, I guess.
Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk.
And this started it
A
for the
journey
people
I
of
began
CASTORICE.
long ago. If your sister or Kaos were in my position, I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it.
If I'm not talking too much, y'all, I'm just focused. I ain't got much to say. I'm trying to figure things out, piece things together in my head right now. Let's keep going.
Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate wait a little longer.
Of course. This warrior is Lord Anias.
So she remembers now. Good.
As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is, in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attained their divinity.
Yep. So they were all human before.
If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
Dang. And then, so like I said, I'm still not certain if this is in the same timeline. CASTORICE, they said, has been roaming around for like ever, right? So that means that CASTORICE could very well be her sister. I'm assuming that they're saying that she's her sister. They haven't directly stated it though, but I'm assuming so. With that being said, then she has to go and basically kill her sister in order to assume the, core flame of death of Thanatos. That's a crazy storyline for her.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Anias.
Yep, how he split himself into 5. Each of the different pieces of himself. Alright, story's getting good here. CASTORICE, ash falls like rain. Yep, let's keep going.
Nikador's courage is a testament that they have never once retreated from a battle.
Yep.
I've heard that these words are still engraved in Castrum Kremnos even today.
They are.
It didn't occur to me that they were actually part of an alchemical formula.
Wow. Everything's coming down to what he believed.
Sealed within this statue is undoubtedly his sacrifice.
They use their own body as our city walls, keeping out and protecting us from the pervasive spread of madness. They are acutely aware that if the end times were to arrive, there would be nothing left in this world to conquer.
Yep, and that's not what they want. That would actually go completely against you. You're supposed to be able to conquer everything.
Lord Anias' honor is sealed here.
Incredible. The honor in this child's soul is so light.
Alright.
I believe that his tenacity is sealed within this statue.
Yep.
Before we fought Nikador, we also released it from the stone statue.
Alright, and reason.
Honor, courage, tenacity, sacrifice.
And finally, the only thing that remains. his reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Nias.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace.
Different sides of the story.
I did not know
different
until
viewpoints.
this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe the truth is that you aren't able to feel sorrow anymore.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not even a feeling of despair. I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Okay, I like that.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process.
Become a different person.
And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how could I not revel in that fact?
Yeah, looking back at it all, like I did all that.
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments be reduced to nothing? Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciling this doesn't come easily for a mortal.
Separation and death. It's two sides of the same coin.
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young lady.
Alright, what you got?
The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an empty shell.
Oh.
It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. On the way back, I encountered someone. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in the slightest. And maybe because I saw myself in him, I inexplicably asked him a question. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
To someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living afford the same amount of bliss.
Oh, okay. Crazy take. Actually, good take maybe? I don't know.
Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly what life is.
Oh,
and
okay.
Death is but a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust.
Exactly what I was saying, which is why I was like, there's no way CASTORICE is going through with this, like, solely believing in everything an Axe is talking about and Kindness is talking about. Because, like, yeah, but then again, she doesn't like death, so I don't know.
Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate. Instead, willingly and respectfully embrace it.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
Crazy.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, you will be able to understand my words.
They're all trying. So basically, this whole story right here is trying to lead up to getting Polixia to understand what it is for her and her duty and her fate and all that stuff.
It is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road and humbly await your arrival. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
This is crazy. All the Titans getting along like this, or the previous people before they were Titans getting along like this.
I knew this day would eventually come.
Are the both of you ready?
Mm-hmm. Polixia.
Is this CASTORICE?
I'm here.
It is. Yo, get the question marks out of here.
What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
What if CASTORICE is already Thanatos? Is that what they're going towards right now?
Is this Polixia's sister? Is it me?
Okay, that part isn't a surprise to me. That part is what I already anticipated.
Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises.
My question is, did Polixia sacrifice herself and CASTORICE became the embodiment of Thanatos? So she already is Thanatos. That's where Thanatos has been the entire time. That's why you couldn't find him, because you are him.
Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
That I won't be able to do it.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends, we must face our fated moment head on.
I'm just thinking right now in my head, so why doesn't CASTORICE remember any of this? When she ascended all this, or she did all this with her sister, did it just wipe her memory or something like that? Maybe ascending to godhood removes your memory of the past, because Cersei doesn't remember any of her past. CASTORICE doesn't remember her past. I believe that, if I remember correctly, who else was it? There was somebody else, I can't remember right now, but somebody else I thought didn't remember their past either. So maybe that's just a trait of doing this. Or a side effect of it.
If it was prophesied, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Why are we the only ones who are forced into mutual destruction?
Yeah, she don't like it.
Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. But you're different. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
You're wrong, Polixia. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the journey I took, I discovered that flowers had long since bloomed along the path I walked. It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers, one that is more beautiful than the promised land at the end of the world. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll forever live on as memories inside your head. Will they not?
I'm also thinking right now, yeah, I'm not talking too much, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all probably like, dang, this is a boring video. Listen. There's a lot going on here. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. The sister is not long for the world, as she said herself. She's dying. It looks like she has a lot of problems with herself. She's in a wheelchair. I don't know what the crystallization is over her head, but I was thinking, is she supposed to be that princess that came back to life as the dragon? And then, so is that why she's dying right now? Because I don't know. That's a random guess I have right now, but I'm not sure.
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
Well then, tell me, what exactly are we?
And Naxa's question, what exactly are we?
I don't know.
And Naxa's trying to figure it out.
I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others, or even by this world, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it.
It was.
This is why I will always, always be by your side. We're twins, after all. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death.
So she's sacrificing herself? I don't know.
After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
Okay, crazy backstory for CASTORICE. Now we've learned about what happened with her. To her heart.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
She resurrected CASTORICE. So that's why CASTORICE has the embodiment of death around her.
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I am certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Even now, my answer remains the same. This is why, sister, I promise you,
resurrecting her.
In the prophesied new world, I shall plant the first bud on your behalf. Go now. Return to the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown.
Yo.
I shall open wide the entrance to the Netherrealm and grant you a second life.
Whoa.
The living beings on this earth shall respond to my call and lead you to the sacred daylight. Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead, and do not stop moving. In the new world promised by the prophecy, march toward your new life.
Okay, so then what happened with her sister then? What happened with Polixia?
As for the price of our equivalent exchange.
Oh.
Let me be the one to pay it.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, we've come to the end.
Yes, we have.
Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme Being, so I was unable to completely fuse their soul into my own body. However, being able to glean all this from them is exciting enough. I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes roamed the land.
Yep, they did.
These heroes followed a prophecy and took possession of divine authorities one by one, until they eventually became the pantheon of the new world. Just like the flame chase journey of today, Amphoreus' history is cyclical in nature.
Huh. What a startling revelation.
Yep, that's insane.
This means that the demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the new titans at the world's end, thereby shaping a new world?
Okay, my only thought is, okay, I'm still trying to figure out where the Black Tide comes into play then. So what I was going to say was I thought that the Black Tide is a means of restarting the world then, but I don't think that's the case. We'll figure it out.
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the prophecy.
Oh, so then that would mean that only one will remain to witness Era Nova, and I feel like that would be whoever inherits Kefeli's core flame, because he's the Titan of creation. Everyone else will succumb to the Black Tide, and then Kefeli, whoever inherits Kefeli's core flame, will be the one to rebuild the world. And that would be, they're the only one to witness Era Nova.
This
Whoa.
is utterly unbelievable. Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are Thanatos, their whereabouts are still unknown even today.
Well, if one of the twins is you, I feel like you're Thanatos. If you're not Thanatos, then it would be your sister, Polixia. But it seemed like she let you take on Thanatos.
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town?
Oh, yeah.
The birthplace of alchemy in the tale of the dragon.
Yeah, she did mention that. So yeah, like I said, either it was CASTORICE and it's her, or Polixia, and because they mentioned that, then yeah, that gives us the hint to where she's gonna be then, okay.
In our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description.
Styxia, yep.
Styxia.
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos.
But they all died.
I've
Death.
also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia, it had long turned into underwater ruins.
Take this.
This is...
the new Sporist masterpiece. The Philosopher's Stone.
Oh.
It was made by transmuting all of the sage's wisdom into a single entity.
Oh, well, the
with
people
their
who died
flesh
there?
and blood as its foundation.
That's a crazy sacrifice.
Remember? I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering, and ascension. This process also applies to the pursuit of truth. Regardless of how unbelievable this sounds, the truths of the world have been refined from the impurities. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the Netherrealm and discover Thanatos' fate.
Let's go figure it out then.
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
He's never wrong.
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that my experiment was a failure.
He's not even afraid to say it.
However, my line of thinking will not fail because I have already planted the seeds of doubt into the hearts of the masses.
So you got everybody in the entire world already thinking about what could be true and what could be fake.
Actions speak louder than words, CASTORICE. With the assembly about to begin, don't forget the promise you've made.
And there's the promise. He gave her her answers, and then she has to side with him so that they can switch up everything going on right now with the Flame Chase journey.
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. While we converse, her life is also slowly slipping away. But before I leave, I have another question. What exactly did we witness just now?
The past?
That was the world imprinted in Kefeli's soul.
Cows. Okay, so I was right. So I assumed it was Kefeli. They just never specified it. So Kaus, I'm assuming, was probably the human that existed before they turned into Kefeli. So basically that was just what they remembered. Everything we just saw was their memories of the past.
If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step. Go. Do not disappoint me.
Dang.
I understand.
And that's how we came to be where we are now.
Hey, child of humanity.
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed to me. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions. Let's discuss this topic again when she manages to find the evidence.
About what are we?
I merely wanted to ask, was that stone transmuted from your heart?
Ooh, was it just his heart, or was it the heart of everybody and himself?
If so, rebirth is no longer an option for you.
All of this just to find the answers that he's searching for. That's insane, bro. That's dedication right there. Resolve right there. Hold up.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my faith. A while back, although you saved my life, I also lost my soul in the process.
He's lost a lot of things, but as he says, loss is a means to attaining the truth.
Now I'm merely forsaking my body. What's the big deal?
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
Equivalent exchange is what you gotta give up.
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Yep, he's trying to figure out, his whole goal is to become the supreme being of this place or something like that.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all? Furthermore, if your hypothesis is proven correct, does it not just confirm that the myths are true, and thereby invalidate all your theories?
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
Ooh. Okay, back to our POV where we're talking with CASTORICE. He should know the whole story.
A lot to take in at once.
It is.
Lady Aglaya, please, let me explain.
Go on.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kindness desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching Citizens' Assembly.
True.
Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate death from this world.
Yeah?
If they're successful, then the flame chase journey will cease, and Akama can enjoy everlasting peace.
Okay, if they're successful. If they're unsuccessful, then what happens?
But I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk, the danger nevertheless remains. Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision.
It is, I'm not gonna lie.
But someone must bring the core flame before we can begin negotiations over it.
Yeah, first off, we gotta get the core flame. That's step one. Regardless of anything that anybody wants to do with the core flame, if we don't have the core flame, we can't do anything. We're just gonna die.
The Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, someone has to make this trip to bring back Mrs. Soul.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes and placed us in this difficult situation. A world without death. Do you desire that too?
That's my thing. I don't think I would want that. But CASTORICE has been living with the death thing her whole life, so.
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I I will do all I can to resist it and protect what I aspire to achieve. Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
Very true. CASTORICE, you've changed. Unsure of what to say, but offers a smile. Have mercy, Aglaya. Stay your threads. No, I kind of like the way that we're going. I'll just smile.
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am glad to have heard your true thoughts. Styxia. I visited that place in the past. Though it is now an island surrounded by the river of Souls Torrents, it's not hard to see its former splendor.
It's an island surrounded by the River of Souls Torrents, and nobody thought about death being there at the River of Souls?
Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with CASTORICE and meet the god of death himself.
Let's do it!
CASTORICE, I too look forward to your journey. I wonder what kinds of new interpretations your completed story will bring to the Flame Chase journey.
Thank you, Lady Aglaya.
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but...
What you got, Find Out?
If Styxia is now an island surrounded by the River of Souls Torrents, then how do we find a way in? Lady Trebe is probably...
The answer is quite simple. In the Myths, Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter and leave the Nether Realm as they pleased.
So we gotta go find whoever's related with Zagreus, which would have to be, I forgot her name, but the cat girl.
And if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same.
Yep, so we gotta go seek them out first, and then we go with them over there.
I'll see you at Memorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow.
Cypher.
Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
There we go. Okay. Tumultuous day finally comes to an end. Everyone disperses, each lost in their own thoughts. Dawn Hung isn't back. Nameless Recollection. We completed the first part. This has been a lot. Holy crap. What you got, Mim? Oh, Jerada's eyelashes are fluttering. Let's look at someone lost in thought. Mim. That's cheating. How'd you suddenly start copying me? But it's no easy feat to truly master the fairy tongue. You have to stay close together to really get the hang of it. But for now, let's open a new chapter. I want to share a new tale with you, okay? What we got? Write the story. Is this going to be CASTORICE's now? Oh, we got 3. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. Let's go through this a little quickly. I like reading these, but a lot of time in these. Willing to adorn the living. Born with an evil curse, her hand dips into lethal cinnabar and white lead to personally decorate the faces of the dead. Her skills are said to bestow beauty on anyone, even transforming their appearance completely. Many skills were born out of her seclusion, but it painted her dwelling in a gloomy vision. Only a select few have set foot in this mansion, and the thief and the weaver were 2 such lucky persons, so Aglaya and Cypher. The girl converses with all items in the house, with specimens, tea sets, and even pillows in profusion, as if she can hear the responses of these non-living things.
I have always lived in isolation. Out of courtesy, this is how I practice my words and actions.
Okay. 'Tis hard to believe her exclamation. Her face when talking shows such gentle disposition that unless she is telling fabrications, she must regard her partners as mere children. People passed these rumors down. Within the area of her encirclement, all things became frozen, escaping time's increments. It's an exaggeration that is certain. People only found an ancient lion's head in battle's ruined armaments.
Those words are true.
The lion, the head itself was nearly dead.
Though they won in fierce battle, the warriors were powerless to turn the tide. It was the embrace where death dwelled that gave early release from their pain.
This is how death escapes time. She keeps every final embrace hidden in her immortal heart. Okay. Out of her numerous works, butterflies and flowers often stand out stark. Ignite them and you can almost hear the master's remark. Even in death's silence, her sound can still be heard. It is a gift greatly treasured by the maiden. Few have the honor to be graced with such work. Only one has the heart to burn such a gift, and the reason she gives is rather far-fetched.
I must peer into all fates unknown.
So Galia with CASTORICE. So it's just talking about all the Chrysos heirs and their different, I guess, combinations with each other, and how they interact with one another, and how time versus death and all that stuff. Yeah, okay. I think I'm understanding. The power of time is boundless, but there is one thing it cannot
Death is
conquer.
abominable in humans' eyes. Apart from my identity, there's nothing about me worthy of praise.
That's a terrible mentality. The beloved gold weaver hears this in distress, then tries to teach her the art of weaving in threads. It has been said that the maiden has works that the holy city possesses, but this is the judgment the gold weaver expresses.
Ah, well, none can know all things, nor be skilled in all crafts. Her works are too early for the living to comprehend.
Oh, that's the way she perceives it. Okay. Act concluded. And that's CASTORICE, Servant of Death, Part 2 for her saga. What we got next? I can't tell whose this is, actually. Anaxagoras. Okay, I was trying to figure out whose that was. Okay. My boy. Discard not the broken. This is a tale buried in history. One day, a student elated in victory dashed around the Grove's territory.
I saw the spell the professor carved on his body.
The youth with white hair was beside
It
himself
must
in
be
joy.
a power most secret. A means for one man to stand against 1,000.
That spell was rare indeed, for it was a secret way to overturn a cart of hay. That was what he was excited about? The scholar was still a mortal body, as yet to snatch life from death, or to reforge a new flesh through a god's remedy. Various minute tricks and parody, he studied them all, crafting schemes oh so busy. For everyone knows he wishes not to use the divine power that is his, refusing rightful custody, because he doesn't want to go through with the Titan's powers. And in that unwitnessed moment of his death, final tragedy, he still held the hay cart spell steady, standing alone facing the evil enemy. Now, that craft is regarded as a magnificent study, not because of what it was, but because of its purpose, known to everybody. In fact, he once crafted miracles, forging silent servants using soil as vehicle. Though no sentience, they do their job without obstacles, rivaling Titankin in spectacle. However, one day he suddenly changes his tune.
Creation is the Titan's work, and slavery is the Titan's manacle. When imitating divine evil, there's no need to invest reason, most pinnacle.
Alright, and that's his crazy takes again. When the servants have all been recycled, he deigns not to explain, fearing to waste his reason or muscle, so he jokingly concludes the questioning with a chuckle.
If it's just for odd jobs, students are a better gamble.
The way he addresses himself comes from elsewhere, an imitation of a divine machine with some flair. He happily answers 5 questions for those unaware, knowledge seemingly given with stingy
For
care.
a wise one, 5 answers reveal creation's secrets, the truth hidden and bold. But a fool learns but not, and is left in the cold. Now, inquire.
So basically he's saying there's 5 questions you need to know that need to be answered for you to understand everything. But if you don't seem to be learning anything from any of the questions or anything, or you can't even find the questions, then you're just dumb. I think. That is in fact the scholar's crafty snare. He hides the answers he seeks behind questions posed by those unaware, doling breadcrumbs as bait to lure and compare, whether the inquirer may be worthy of his wisdom to share. So he's kind of basically just testing people. The scholar never looks at laws and measurements, ignoring the flow and shift of time's passage. And uncomprehending students gossip in eager
Why?
regiments.
Obviously to drag out class time as a statement.
Finon, maybe? Is that him? The student's answer seems rather adamant.
He is panicked by the flow of time, for his work is yet done, yet to implement.
Hyacinth, I think? Or just random people? The stubborn assistant, interjects in a rare display of testament.
This man is too arrogant, and he intends to desecrate Orynyx's accomplishments.
Don't know who that is. The passing sage from another school brings admonishment. Oh, okay, I think I know who that is. That's his name started with an E in that text that we read. Outside the courtyard, the gossip flows into the scholar's ear. He silently gives a grade to every question and argument, but none know the true answer according to his judgment. No one figured it out. Alright. And that's what he's trying to figure out himself, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess he hasn't answered to certain things, but yeah. Alright. And now we've got Hyacinthia, Healer of Light. Oh, so this is supposed to be Hyacinth. I didn't know that was her full name. In the courtyard. On the leaves, the rustling wind plays a melody as the girl looks over this courtyard petite and exhales, gently dispersing the palm-held blessings. The entire yard is lit softly, like a dandelion bathed in sunlight.
Is this courtyard a tad too small?
It's okay, Clementine, as long as it provides warmth plenty.
The girl makes the courtyard tidy, and in the evernight lands outside the holy city. There is now a light curing souls' maladies. The healer, obviously. The girl's skills can bring forth miracles, but today she welcomes a patient quite special.
Welcome to the Twilight Courtyard. How can I help you?
The gravely patient shakes their head.
The end times are coming, and we all wander more and more. Oh, you may heal our wounds, but you cannot cure despair.
I mean, that's true. The girl watches the patient leave, and her heart swells in sorrow.
Clementine, prepare some things with me. I want this place to be brighter tomorrow.
Dang. Alright, so she's really all about helping people out. The redhead child takes the girl's hands.
Are you here in Akama for a visit, or do you need help from us?
Oh, Treeby and them. Oh, the girl recounts her needs.
I want some shining things, even if they're considered junk.
Multicolored paper bags, crystal clear glass, cottons, variously dyed, and jingling wind chimes. The girl brings them back to the courtyard and spares no effort to decorate all around. And when some fireflies wander in, the girl is all smiles.
Little ones, thank you for your light.
She seems very precious. The patient returns here and opens their eyes wide. Multicolored dreams on the rooftop now reside, and the lawns contain the sweet whispers of sunlight. A soft breeze passes with no hint of cold, only serving to wake the playful chimes and ocarinas of delight. So trying to give them like a wonderful area.
There's light everywhere. What a warm place.
To cure their despair. The news is soon spread by the grove, and people with empty hearts visit in droves. The girl prepares candies and tea and listens to every visitor's complaints. People say there was once a star called the sun in the sky, but now that star is no longer there. People say that Aquila took away the world's light, but they still left behind a heart bright to illuminate this happy dream in the night. Okay, they tripped me up with these bars right now. Hold up. Like the blizzards in the month of morning doth calamity fall, burying warmth and dawn's calls. Orderless tides swallow up the grove of reason, and that tiny healing haven is also extinguished, broken and barren. When the girl far from home hears of such grave news, the wind brings to her a moment of confusion, but it also evaporates the tears that briefly sparkle into being, and the girl still smiles bright and happy. Soon the people of Akima see once again the girl collecting more pieces and tokens, wanting to rebuild that pure haven. But she never realized that wherever she stood, she herself was that holy courtyard, that light-filled haven. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. She just brings the cheerfulness, the happiness, and joy to people. It's no longer the place that she made, it's just her. Her presence itself. That's nice. I like that. Sweet little story for her. So we're getting closer and closer. I think we almost have all of Treebees right here. We need one more to reach her final part. And then we need 2 more for a lot more people, 3 more for Anaxa, 3 more or 4 more for Finon. Finon's got a lot. But actually they all got a lot. And then same thing for Hyacinth. We've only gotten like the first one, I think. And then so yeah, dang, okay. Everyone's stories are so deep. I can't keep up. Do you understand them? What is a god exactly? Well, that's what this entire story is about right now, trying to figure it out. Anax is trying to ascend to that. Omnipotent, omniscient, always peeking at others. Someone like me, that's crazy. Whoa, I guess you could say that. So how about you become my god? Please protect me, okay? That's crazy, that's cute. But still, I don't quite get it. So let me ask in another way. There must be a difference between gods and us, right? Otherwise, why would anyone ever want to become a god? To avoid being controlled? To escape the pain? You stumped me there. I mean, I feel like to avoid being controlled sounds like the biggest reason. Controlled? Could it be that we're already... if it's because I was controlled that I met you, then I suppose I wouldn't mind being controlled. Okay, good way to look at it. As I keep asking, I only get more and more confused. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown a little more before discussing these things with you. Alright then, we'll come back to it, Mim. Let's go speak with Mim.
Hey, friend! Is the debate finally over? Did you win?
No, not at all. The upper hand is ours. We thrashed them. We're tied with the Council of Elders. We managed to win ourselves a glorious defeat.
Won a glorious defeat? You sure know how to look on the bright side.
Hey, that's what you gotta do. Optimism.
Well, moving on. I was hard at work even while you were at the debate.
What was you up to?
I borrowed a mountain of books from Cass to see if I could find a way to solve your problem. Let's see. I still have only 32 books to go.
How many have you gotten through? It's okay, Mim. We found a way.
Really? Oh, that's fantastic news. I knew it. Hard work always pays off. Especially if you're as diligent as Mem.
It's gonna be a dangerous journey, though.
I feel like a huge burden has finally been lifted off my shoulders. Why are my eyelids so heavy all of a sudden?
All that adrenaline leaving you. You were so worried and everything like that and concerned, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're good, okay. I can relax. There's nothing more we can do for now. Let's get some rest.
You're right. Then I'll go back to...
Yep. What I say. As was their custom, Mim, with astonishing dexterity, slipped back into their secret little hideaway. Good night, Mim. Good night, Akima. It is nighttime now, right? You never know. You never know. Later, somewhere in Akima, what we got going on? CASTORICE and Treeby or Trinon?
Cass? What a surprise.
Lady Treeby.
Is something troubling you?
I just wanted to speak to Lady Trian for a bit before I set off. No matter how breathtakingly beautiful Styxia once was, the place is now the domain of the departed.
It is.
There is no telling what we'll encounter there. I don't want to have any regrets.
Okay.
Has anyone told you that your eyes are sparkling today?
Because she's excited. She can't wait to go learn these truths now.
Is that a figure of speech?
In the past, when you did smile once in a while, all of us could see that your heart remained troubled even as you smiled.
Oh yeah, that was blatantly obvious, I'm not gonna lie.
Lady Treeby, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie.
That was the true feelings that she had right there. No smiles, no facade, nothing.
I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
And that's what she was kind of emphasizing with her. Empathizing? Whatever it is, bro. With her.
Cass, you hardly ever talked of your past. None of us knows what you went through, apart from Maggie. But we know it must have been filled with pain and hardships, as it is the fate every Chrysosaur is destined to live out. We are just happy for you that the core flame you're meant to inherit has finally surfaced.
Isn't it a little too soon to say that?
I mean, the fact that we got a lead at all is a miracle. So, no, I think it's fine.
But you already know where tomorrow is, don't you? There is no need to rely on anyone else. Just give it your all and leave no regrets. We have always believed that your embrace is just as warm as everyone else's.
Wonderful words, Treeby.
Because we embrace others to comfort them. And Cass, you're the kindest Chrysosaur we know.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. This feeling, it's hard to put into words. I suddenly found myself with so many wishes. So much I want to accomplish before setting off.
Then go do it, Cass. Trian was actually working on a surprise gift for you. It's a pity she didn't get to finish it.
Aww.
But now Trinan and I are working on it, and we'll make sure to give it to you.
Alright, I wonder what that's gonna be.
So, let's meet back here when you return from Styxia.
Okay.
Safe travels.
A gift for when we return.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. At the same time, what else? Oh, me? I can't sleep, of course. Who knocking on my door, huh? Who gonna be? Yeah, who's at my door right now, huh? I don't know if I like this. Oh, never mind, I like it. I like it a lot. What's up, CASTORICE?
I hope I didn't wake you.
Nah, I couldn't sleep. Is it another mission from Aglaya? Sleep is a luxury when you are at my age.
I'm glad to see you're as full of life as ever. I'm here because of private matters, actually.
Some things you want to take care of before we go?
If it isn't too much to ask, I'd really like it if you could come along with me to retrieve something.
Alright, sure, let's go. As expected, manual labor. Wow, I feel so sleepy all of a sudden.
Is Is your soul...
No, I was just kidding. My will has become one with the universe. Goodbye.
Huh? But I can still sense your soul here.
She don't get it. That's adorable.
Ah, sorry. I didn't realize it was a joke.
Nah, that made it even better, I'm not gonna lie.
It isn't a long way from here. Shall we?
Let's go.
I'd love to go in.
So, like I said, I'm not sure if any of these things are choice-based, but I've made the decisions that I stand by so far. Yeah, I'm still good.
The streets are packed.
I want to vote. Tell me how I can vote.
I want to vote. I want power. I want to have a voice. This is America.
Take your ceramic shard engraved with the Kefali rune, select the Council of Elders in your heart, and pray silently until the shard registers your choice. Then toss it into the Dolium.
There you go.
The Council of Elders? More like the Council of Buffoons?
What?
The Black Tide took my hometown long ago. Who are they kidding with bringing back Eracrysia?
Dang.
It's all a sham to create their own Eracrysia in Akama.
He ain't wrong, baby. I don't know, because that's kind of what I was thinking a little bit too, but we got to figure it out still. But yeah, I mean, he got every reason to be outraged. That's what he believes right now. This is all politics right now. I'm not gonna lie though. This is crazy amount of politics going on here.
The Titans are just. So long as we do not overstep our bounds again, we will not incur divine wrath.
Oh, please. The time when these deranged Titans should have vacated their spot to the demigods is long overdue. You'll see soon enough, you old fogey.
But listen, man, you don't know the whole truth right now. We do. We're not telling you, which would make you even more mad. But those deranged Titans are pretty much the same as us, so yeah.
And I pray that Talanton smacks some sense into you with those scales. We shall
Dang.
see how this turns out.
That was quite a spectacle.
Yeah, people are at odds now. Just another peaceful day in Akima.
I suppose peaceful is technically correct if no actual violence happened.
It's another joke, Castors. Come on.
To this day, I still find it almost unreal that Akama is the only place illuminated by light amidst the crumbling ruins of Amphoreus. And its people are even holding votes to reconcile differing opinions. This peaceful sight is making me forget that this is the end times.
It definitely would make you feel like that. If you ever have nighttime, you never have any dark moments, it feels like over here in Akima, yeah. This is what the Flame Chase journey is all about. Shouldn't you have gotten used to it by now? You look very confused.
Before coming here, I had lived for many years in Idonia, a city of rime and frost. The people there were devotees of Thanatos, and were well known for their unique burial rites and traditions. Traditions that I played a major role in.
Oh, I can get dark. Because of the curse on you, yeah.
Yes. You now know me as the Mortician of Akama. But back in those days, I was Idonia's Maiden of War.
Oh, because you could just spread death to whoever gets too close to you. Wow.
I was trudging across the frosty plains on my own when the Idonians found me. They saw the curse in me as a blessing from Thanatos, and believed that my hands could correct the Eracrysia's mistake and lead them to meet the great god of death.
Okay, twisted way of thinking.
They provided me shelter, but in return, I was expected to grant merciful deaths to war captives, prisoners bound for execution, and heroes alike.
That's that's a bit much for. She said she was a child back then? Oh heck no. Is that some sort of end of life care? Isn't that just an executioner?
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly how she feels about it.
No matter how kind or cruel the means, nothing can change the essence of death.
Yeah, very true. It's still death.
Taking away someone's life is never worthy of religious worship.
That's just literal, like, sacrificial, like, I don't sacrificing somebody for a greater good or something like that, but it's still them dying for it. Yeah, they may die so that other people can live, but it's still like, they still died though. At the end of the day, they still died. They lost their life, they can no longer keep on going, they can no longer make a change in the world. This is the last change they made. Their death. I don't know, it's a really deep topic.
I can't do it. Their voices, they pierce my ears. The pleading, the thanks.
I know that feeling, child.
Do you though?
I was once as lost as you are now.
Were you though?
But you must respect those walking towards death. Just like how you should respect yourself as the Holy Maiden granting humans glory and liberation.
Why are you so sure about this? You never had what I have right now?
What you're asking me to do is no better than the task of an executioner. And yet you want me to respect myself. No matter the titles, I am still taking away human lives.
Yeah, very true.
This won't be the first time that Edonia's fanatical nether warriors have faced death. On the contrary, recruits new to the battlefield often run away from their first fight. Death is the mightiest and gravest power in this world. The fact that you can wield it means you are deserving of respect.
And they all trying to twist it into a greater good and a greater cause, but I mean, none of y'all have the power, none of y'all have the responsibility or the burden of this.
That's such a twisted reason.
Mm-hmm.
Then let me tell you a story.
Alright, what story you got for me, Elder Amune?
In Idonia, the great swords commonly used by executioners are called Draconian, in memory of Drakon, an elderly executioner.
Okay.
The sword has 3 air holes along its body.
Sounds
if
cool.
the sword is swung down swiftly and accurately, the holes would make no sound, and the executed would also depart this world quickly and painlessly.
Okay.
But should the executioner have any hesitation, the holes would produce a piercing whistle. On that cue, the screams of the executed are sure to follow.
Did you come from Hell's Paradise? Because, in all honesty, you sound like one of the freaking executioners from there, with their whole techniques about beheading people.
Every executioner after Drakon is to hone their sword skills every day in preparation of future executions. Every swing of their blade must be more resolute than the last, for failing to do so will bring pain.
Alright.
Pain for the dying, as well as pain for themselves.
No. I can never get used to this.
Imagine she was like, alright, then give me the power real quick. And then went off and just said, alright, you get to die, you get to die, you get to die. Nah, that's horrible.
You misunderstand, child. I am not telling you to get used to it. I'm asking you to consider the source of the dead's suffering and use that knowledge to fortify your future touches with more and more determination.
That doesn't make that sound any better, I'm not gonna lie.
Go, walk with the dead, and love them as you love life. Then you'll no longer hear those noises.
Dang, bro. Yeah, they got a twisted philosophy.
Please, don't kill me. I don't want to die.
A gentle touch, or no, I can't do it. I mean, if I'm playing as CASTORICE, nah, I can't let her do these terrible things. No, I can't do it.
This is your duty. Remember.
Shut up.
Consider the source of the dead's suffering.
I don't follow you.
And give them the respect they deserve.
I don't believe in you.
Thank you. I beg you, don't listen to her.
I mean, what has he done though? Has he murdered a lot of people? Did he do something to children? Like, you know what? No, we still can't go through with it.
If you cannot learn to accept death, then Idonia has no place for you.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna take my expertise out elsewhere then.
This is your last chance. Do it.
No, please. I don't want to die. Please, I'm begging you.
Dang, we got no choice. Wow.
No.
You gently touch the prisoner's forehead with your finger. His face is pale, his eyes flicker with fear, and his body trembles uncontrollably. Is it because of fear, anger, and hatred, or is your so-called merciful touch of death simply a lie? The dark purple mottles spread like petals across the death row inmate's face, then seem to be submerged by spring water, flooding his body. His trembling ceased, and the cries that had once begged for mercy slowly turned into a sigh-like whimper as he murmurs to himself. Quickly, everything falls into a dead silence, turning into pitch-black dew that scatters with the wind. You hear your own heartbeat drown out the sound of heavy breathing.
May you gain some insights through his sacrifice.
Nah, this is terrible. Y'all sound evil. In some cases, I feel like there's some points where I'm like, okay, maybe, but nah, they're kind of forced it on her though.
Is this all?
Not even kind of. They are forcing it on her.
No. Come with me.
You got more for me? You can't let me take a break real quick?
This is just the beginning of your life as the Maiden of War.
Yeah, they using the freak out of you right now.
You executioner!
CASTORICE has joined the team temporarily. CASTORICE's story, yay, yay, oh my. Lovely, yeah, lovely. I don't know if I'm gonna be fighting somebody right now. Oh, it's cool to see that she has the purple around her, like the death flowers around her as we walk. That's actually awesome though. I like that. Yo. If I'm going to get into a fight, I'm gonna change my team real quick. Alright, changed up my team real quick. Just for this. Anchor point. They calling us an executioner.
Holy maiden.
And she just sees all the souls.
Grant her glorious death.
Dang, bro. We gotta just kill her? Who is this courageous warrior? Why though? And now she's just a soul.
Thank you.
She wanted it, but for what reason though? What the heck?
Then, executioner.
Enemies? We got enemies over here? Sadistic murderer. Outlander war captive. And he's gone just like that.
I curse you to live in eternal pain.
Dang, bro. Yeah, no, this sucks. I don't want this power. Hold up.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Since I got enemies here, I want to whoa! Oh, that was epic the way that we entered that fight, bro. What? The eyes gleaming, bro? Yo! Nah, I need CASTORICE on my team. When is her rerun banner, bro? I need her on my team now. Alright, is this an easy KO?
May death protect us!
Bro! Oh my gosh, that was insane. No, I gotta do that again. I gotta see that again. That was insane. Body. I forgot how you're supposed to get her ultimate charged up. I think it's through taking damage and healing and stuff like that, right? And her skill, I believe, damages her and everybody else, so it also charges her ult. Which is really unique. I like that. Yeah, I gotta get CASTORICE on my team, bro. Oh my gosh. Especially after learning about her story and everything, I need her.
Seek and you shall receive.
Go again, CASTORICE. Take him out.
As you wish.
Good work. Oh my gosh. Did I do it again? No, they're dead. Dang.
Please. Grant me release.
Ill, hurt her, pain and suffering.
Know what to do.
Yeah, she's getting manipulated. She's getting way the freak manipulated. Never if you stay here. And they're all calling her like monster and murderer and stuff like that. The fact that she hears all that and she's still going through with it is crazy. I would have been out, bro. Even if I know it's like I'm contemplating stuff, I would have been out. Heck no. Heck no.
Come. Fulfill your duty.
Am I killing you too?
What are you trying to do with me?
Yeah, what is your whole goal here?
I have aged. The time has come for me to heed the summons of Thanatos and journey to their domain.
Nah, these people are psychopaths. She's a psychopath. What is wrong with her? I've gotten old beyond my years. I have wrinkles in my skin. You must kill me now. What? You got a good 20 years on you still. Look at you. But you want me to end it early just because you feel like it's your time or something like that. What? I thought Anaxa was crazy. Now these people are crazy.
The final resting place of every Idonian.
No, Idonia is not the place for me.
You're not that old yet.
Yeah.
You still have many, many years ahead of you.
Yeah, CASTORICE, I don't know. CASTORICE went through it, bro. These people are sick.
No. I'm already dead.
What?
For I have come to fear my declining health and impending death.
Yeah, you got declining health, but you can still live for a good, decade or two probably. You'll just get a little bit sicker and weaker over time. At least spend some more time living life. Cherishing your loved ones, something.
CASTORICE. Will you give me one last chance to charge towards fear and prove that I am no coward?
How are you a coward? If you decide to go ahead and avoid dying for a little bit longer. Just because you don't want to die right now doesn't mean that you're not accepting death. That doesn't mean you're a coward. Nah, she crazy, bro. She is a lunatic.
I can't take this anymore.
I don't blame you.
Child, it was I who brought you here from the frosty plains and set your farcical fate in motion. It was also I, Chief Executioner of Idonia, who forced the heavy duty of executing others onto you.
And?
I've always known that you have doubts and even anger about my faith and about me.
I never had a choice.
Got manipulated into this, yeah.
Indeed. We essentially abducted you.
Technically, she did have a choice. She could have just completely gone against their wishes and just left. But that requires an extraordinary amount of willpower within you. And considering her circumstances and where she's at, it feels like mentally and everything like that, she was not mentally, didn't have the willpower or was not mentally strong enough at this moment to just resist their manipulation. So that's unfortunate. So it's like, it's not her fault, it's their fault still. But it sucks that she wasn't in a strong enough mindset that she could just resist them right here.
Yet you can end any sinful life with just a touch of your fingers.
It's not like I want to, though.
Shouldn't it be easy for you to escape from here?
True.
I'll never do that. It doesn't matter how lightly the Idonians take death, or how readily they accept it. I simply can't do it.
Yeah, she needed to have this resolve from the beginning. But it slowly came onto her.
I was right about you.
What do you mean?
I've taught you and cared for you as my own daughter all this time because of this blessing that's been with you since your birth. I know no one else in the world would understand the weight of life and death more than you do.
Okay, where are you going with this?
In the eyes of an Idonian, death is the end of all life. A destination we will all eventually reach.
Okay.
Humans should not resist it, but learn how to face it.
Okay, but it's inevitable, so why wouldn't you want to prolong the life that you have? And then once death has finally, truly come for you, and you can no longer prolong your life, then now you're accepting death. Is that a problem?
You can only live your life to the fullest after understanding this principle.
Nah, I fully disagree. I think that you are completely crazy. Okay, woman?
And when you do, even if you eventually leave Idonia's protection, even if you must carry the curse forever, you can live with your head held high like everyone else.
Nah, this woman is crazy, bro. Like I said.
How can I?
Come now. It's time. I've already taught you all that I know. Show me that you are a fitting holy maiden. Or at least that you possess the resolve to become one.
What sucks is I guess that in a way this prepared CASTORICE for what she might have to do, in the future. So that's the only good thing I can think that might have come out of this. Or it just prepared her mentally for how she can handle things later on. But that's still terrible, bro. I don't know. That's the only good takeaway I can think about from this.
Come now. It's time. I've already taught you all that I know.
Did she just turn into this thing?
Show me that you are a fitting holy maiden. Or at least that you possess the resolve to become one.
That's a crazy line of thinking. But did you transform into this enemy all of a sudden? The heck?
Emerge from your cocoon.
Bring him down. The drag. Bro, no, that is the most epic technique of any character in the game. The fact the dragon tears through into the battle, piercing eyes from the shadows, looking directly at you. Nah, bro. That is the cleanest and most epic technique intro into a battle of any character. How much do y'all love that from her? Is that your favorite thing from her? Or is the dragon the favorite thing from her? Let me know in the comments down below. What's your favorite thing about CASTORICE? Because right now, I'm starting to love CASTORICE. Hold up. Oh, this story is insane right now for her. Super dark, bro. Super dark. Are we still going? Are we still going?
May death protect us.
You thought it was over, buddy? No. Nah, you thought wrong, buddy.
This mortal form.
Nah, I guess we get the damage buff.
Watch over
I'll do that for the damage
Guide
buff.
you on your path.
Yeah, otherwise, I mean, most point of that, it's a waste.
Have some sunshine.
I can't thank you for nothing.
That hurts.
Trial fitting.
Take damage.
This is being in sync.
Summon Mim.
Heard the call.
Bring up CASTORICE.
Please cherish
Hit him up.
as you wish.
Hit up CASTORICE again. Hit him again.
Here.
Good work.
Rainbow Bridge.
Okay, what's up? Oh my gosh. Oh.
Dispel the gloom. Destroy the skies.
There we go. Man, that did no damage. What the heck? I thought for sure that was gonna do some crazy damage.
Embrace a new life.
Now, CASTORICE might have one of the coolest ults in the game. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta get CASTORICE. I gotta know when her rerun is, bro. Nah, she's too cool. Take him out. Good night. Oh, and here we go. This is it. She's taking her out. That was basically like her mother figure at this point. That is just sad, bro.
This was the last time I followed her command. I gently touched the elderly woman before me. The executioner, who had seen too much death, died the same way as everyone else. A gasp for air, a wistful look in her eyes, and a barely perceptible tremor in her fingertips.
And that's the same tremor in her fingertips that she had when she reached out to touch us. She was so used to killing people with her touch every time that she ever did this over here in Idonia, that when she touched us as the Trailblazer, because we didn't have our soul and she could do that without killing us, she was trembling in the same way. Oh, wow.
Elder Amunet, the person who tried to teach me about death, ultimately vanished like dew in the morning mist. She spent her life embodying the beliefs of the Idonians.
Yep, to
and
the
when
very
death
bitter end.
finally came, she embraced it exactly as their doctrine had taught. I have nothing but respect for her.
Yeah, though they go about it crazy. They're like, oh, I see that I have a cough. My health is declining. I have a cough. You must kill me now, Castorus. Like, bro, nah, that's insane.
I erected a cenotaph in her honor in the marshes outside Idonia's city walls with the others I had laid to rest. Then, I set out once more in search of Thanatos.
And Thanatos was right no, it was Styxia, never mind. I was gonna say he was right here all along, but no, that was Styxia.
It was a long, long journey. I heard so many discussions about death along the way. Life finds meaning in death. The world improves because there is an end. It seems the most terrible darkness in this world. Everyone talks about its heavy weight. Some resist it, some worship it, and some even revere it. How did a disappeared titan become the deepest fear of humankind? And why do they haunt my dreams? I continued my travels to seek an answer. Initially, I was running away. Then, I started searching for it. And now, at the end, I just want to know if my touch, if my embrace, can do more than taking things away.
And the first step towards that was when she touched us, because that was the first person she could touch without killing them.
Can I make anything? Can I leave anything behind?
You definitely can, girl.
I don't want to die. Please, just let me go.
Animation?
I don't wanna die, please. I don't want mercy like this. Just let me go. I don't.
Nah, bro. That acting is bro.
I hate these icy hands.
Bro, we got a whole anime cutscene now. Oh, they stepped it up. Y'all weren't lying. Oh, this makes this feel so much more real. Little Castorus. Can't go near her, or else that's it for you. And they refer to her as the Holy Maiden. That's an ugly beard.
Get it over with. End its suffering.
Oh, it's dying. My bad. I'm sorry. Dang, not from that young of an age. She's a child, bro.
The Reaper has blessed your hands. Only you can grant them peace.
Oh my gosh. Am I even playing the same game right now? Of course she ran away. everything that has life. I feel so bad for her.
Embrace death. Walk alongside it.
Not once in my life have I ever danced around a pyre like that. I don't think I ever want to either. Oh, it's the same girl. Oh, that's so cute. And they're trying to just hold hands that way so that she doesn't actually, you know, take her life away. That would be dark. And she's practicing doing it with the pot. Bro, my heart. My heart, bro. Oh, they cooking with this. Time skip now to when she's older, still doing the same rituals. Warfare going on. And she's walking and living through all of it. And she hears all of it in her head, non-stop on repeat. Dang, bro. I think Castor gotta have one of the worst backstories of everybody so far.
Is that you, CASTORICE? All of them have gone.
It's the same girl.
Heeding Death's summon, crossing into their domain. I must go too. I don't fear it, just I have some regrets. Watching people leave this world again and again, it must be lonely for you.
It definitely is.
You must want to desperately embrace them before they go.
I can't. These hands, they're too cold.
She's saying to give her a hug, basically, and that signifies her end.
But big sister CASTORICE, your hands are so warm, just like anyone else's. So go on, don't hold back.
Give me a warm hug.
Dang, bro. Now this got me teary-eyed right now. And that's all she wanted to do with her. That's all they both wanted to do. All the memories that they could have had, they wanted to have. Dang, bro. Now, this is beautiful, but just sad and tragic. Beautifully done.
Can hands like these really be warm?
Wow, bro. Who's this little critter right here? Oh, you looking at me? Kind of scaring me right now, I'm not gonna lie.
On the day that Oryx's trial ended, you must have had many questions.
This is when she was, you know, able to actually embrace us without killing somebody. Yo, okay, hold up. Let's talk about that cutscene, bro. That was the most well done story, I feel like, just because of how they did the animation with it, the build up to it before we actually got into the animation with it. That was like I think that was the best and most well done story that they did in Honkai Star Rail. I genuinely feel for her now. Like, I genuinely want to, like, not anybody who steps up to CASTORICE to ever hurt her, use her, or do anything to her. Nah, bro. We protect CASTORICE at all costs. Protect CASTORICE at all costs. In the comments down below.
I felt just as confused. Why, as someone from beyond the sky, were you so cruelly dragged into Amphoreus' fate? I wished I could take action, but no matter how hard I try, I cannot simply interact with the living as ordinary people do.
Yep, and considering that she went through all of that and then realized that we just came here from outside of this world and now we're completely connected with them and even gonna die now because of this, she definitely wants to, like, keep us from, you know, having to experience all of that or experience anything close to what she had to deal with.
Even when we brushed against each other unintentionally in the grove, and it was obvious that nothing had happened,
she was still scared.
when an almost unattainable hope finally welled up in my heart, when I thought that perhaps my touch would no longer bring sorrow,
yep,
fate declared to me, it wasn't that the curse of death had finally been lifted, but that your soul no longer belonged to this world. And there was nothing left for my hands to take.
Dang.
Not did I really think this time would be any different. It's not that I don't understand this reality, just that I'm unwilling to accept it. Having walked such a long road, I am still unable to find the answer to life and death. I am resigned to eternal despair.
Nah, we're gonna find a way to help you.
Anything I wish to hold on to, death will inevitably wrest from my grasp.
Nah, it's not gonna remain that way forever. We'll figure something out for you.
From that moment on, I lacked the courage to confirm it again. Until Oryx laid bare the cruel truth before us.
Yep, and we found out that we were already dead.
But now, perhaps I might have one last chance.
If she takes the core flame and conquers Thanatos and conquers death and ascends to that, you know, godhood or demigodhood, whatever it is, then she might be able to control her touch so she doesn't kill people anymore. But, like, and she can control whether or not that happens. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but that sounds like how it would be, because I feel like she has full power, full control. We'll see.
Long ago, Trinan read a prophecy to me. At the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation. I found no surprise in it, for her words sounded not like a foretelling, but a perfect reflection of my past.
But it was actually supposed to be foretelling something.
Embraces in this world are born of reunions. Yet, my touch speaks only of farewells. In that moment, I had no doubt that this destiny would weave itself through the entirety of my life. And yet, things have taken a turn for the better. Now that I can finally have an audience with Thanatos, perhaps I can rewrite the meaning of that fated prophecy. I have no reason not to give it my all.
I'm glad she got this new resolve in her, bro. I feel happy for her that she's able to, like, feel hope now. Considering everything we just saw that she went through in her past, bro. Oh, it's good for her, bro. Good for her.
For your sake, and for my own.
Thank you for telling me your thoughts. Should I pretend I didn't hear any of that? Nah, we can't. I can't even joke with this, bro. Nah, I feel too bad for her. They did too good of a job with her character. Nah, thank you for telling me your thoughts.
With that, I won't have any regrets.
Castor's talks to you about the gifts she gave to the other Crystal's heirs, and before you know it, she arrives at your gift. What you got from me, CASTORICE?
Let's put that aside for the moment. We've arrived.
I'll accept anything from you.
I want to retrieve a small gift I specially prepared for you. I made it myself, like the trinket I gave Lady Trianne. I want to leave something for everyone, if possible. The journey to seek an audience with the Death Titan cannot be an easy one. I want to make full use of every moment I have before we depart, so that I don't have any regrets.
Good, good. Is it a brooch with my face on it? That sounds kind of ominous.
Then, perhaps you can have a look at it first. You don't have to take it if you don't like it.
Nah, we're taking it regardless.
Look, it's right there.
Oh? What is it?
Huh?
Is it gone? Did someone steal it? Zagreus? Cypher?
Where did it go?
We know Cypher's on her way here, so as the, demigod of trickery and thievery, it gotta be her.
What's going on?
Looks like someone left something behind. I hope the gift wasn't expensive. Did you get into trouble with some phantom thieves?
I am not some corrupt grown-up. What's this?
Yep, you gotta know. And it has little cat images. Cypher.
The coin of Zagreus.
Zagreus, yep.
A slate. So it's her.
She sounds so disappointed. Who? The kitty thief?
No doubt about it. This is her favorite symbol. It's a Lady Cypher, the demigod of Zagreus whom Lady Aglaia had spoken of. She's a master thief who's left legendary tales all over Amphoreus.
Alright, I can't wait to meet her. She seemed like an awesome character.
So many years have passed, yet she's still announcing herself in such a crass manner. Let's just do as the slate says and look for Lady Cypher.
Cassius is over here like, there's only one person in this world that I don't mind, maybe embracing real quick. Letter from the Phantom Thief Cypher. Dear Princess Homebody, walking through the busy garden, I discovered the remarkable gifts crafted by the Princess Homebody. They are truly splendid, and I am most impressed. I am also taken with your charming presents prepared for fellow Crystal's heirs. In your right parlor, I observed the beautiful felt dolls, the beige and lavender striped tapestry, the classic Idonian tripod table, and in the left parlor, the jewelry and exquisite art pieces meant as gifts. This time, I've claimed only this modest gift. I fear it would attract tasteless little thieves, so I shall safeguard it for now. Naturally, I've left appropriate payment, a single coin. If the price displeases you, feel free to negotiate its return. Though, should that happen, I won't be satisfied with merely one coin. Should you wish to find me, visit the Marmoreal Market. There lies a golden short spear I've left. You know what to do. It shall guide you to me. And before you ask, I won't accept any questions. Please forgive this small intrusion and accept my highest regards. P.S. Who displays biological specimens at home? They're quite unsettling. You might want to store them away when entertaining guests. P.P.S. Despite your considerable investment in the Idonian ossuary hanging in your parlor, I regret to inform you it's a fake. The original was craftily switched by those cunning scholars of the Grove of Epiphany. The full story can be found in the yet unpublished memoirs of Cyphera. Sincerely, Kitty Phantom Thief. Crazy work. And she said up here in the beginning part, or the middle part, she said, if you want to go ahead, return it and exchange things back, I'm gonna need more than one coin. AKA, pay up for me to return your stuff. Crazy work. To retrieve the gift and teach the Kitty Phantom Thief a lesson, you head to the market and find the short spear she left behind.
Look, it's right there.
The golden short spear mentioned in the thief's letter is right here. Alright, let's go find Cypher.
We must pursue her.
I know we must. Let's see where she leads us to. You got another one of those? I'm gonna leave you alone for now.
Huh?
Oh? The heck is this?
This is a trick she left for us.
Of course. Clearly, Kitty Phantom Thief wants to play a little game with you. 2 short spears, 1 correct, 1 wrong. Wow. Let me check the hint on the scroll. 2 golden short spears. Only the golden short spear engraved with the truth can lead you to the Kitty Phantom Thief. Inspect the left golden short spear. The left spear is engraved with the words, "Don't be fooled." The right spear is engraved with lies. Inspect the right one. The right spear is engraved with the words, "Trust me." Gray mystery. Both spears are engraved with the truth. If the right one is correct, both spears are engraved with the truth, then that would mean the left one saying that the right one has lies is also true. So technically, the right answer here would be the left one. The words on the scroll should be true. So which short spear do you want to repair? The left one.
She's incorrigible. Follow me.
Let's go. I hope I got that right. I didn't sound like an idiot just now. I might have, though. You're probably in the comments right now. Oh, you a stupid buffoon.
We must pursue her.
Let's go. Follow the golden short spear steel. Where are you taking me, though? Give me a speed boost. Oh, the Dromus camp? Hey, I like being here. Caught it. Cypher? Question mark? I got it wrong. Ain't no way. Cypher, if this Dromus truly is her, appears to be quite content. Her gaze filled with 3 parts sincerity, 3 parts approval, 3 parts triumph, and 3 parts gray mystery. You've lost if you take this seriously. Hi, Cypher. I see, so Dromus is a cat. What did you just call me? Just grumping at me? She seems to be saying, ahaha, Cypher does not know. Huh, so she says she doesn't know.
Lady Cypher, please come on out.
Oh, did we get it? Oh, we got it.
Still careless as ever. Shouldn't you keep such a precious gift near your bosom?
How the heck are you talking to me like that?
Since you know it's a gift for someone else, please give it back to me. Stop hiding among the people and letting the wind carry your voice.
That's a crazy technique you got there. Teach it to me, please.
Now, since I know it's a gift.
Not the
that
meow,
just
hold
means
up.
I need to milk its worth. The children
Milk
of
its
the
worth?
wind never stay for long in one place. Unless your offer is tempting enough to steal the wind. What say you?
What are you talking about?
Name your price. I'll give you however much you want.
Huh? If you don't want the money, I'd gladly take it off your hands. She's like, huh? You would what?
I'm sorry. Bargaining is really not my forte.
She laughing at you now. It's crazy.
No wonder they call you Princess Homebody.
Dang! And you insulting her? Nah, show yourself.
Why don't you two come over to my place? It'll make a better venue for proper business discussions.
Where is your place?
You can find where I live through the winds I've sown. Right.
Sure. Take me there.
Piece of cake. I can do that even if I can only sense your soul.
Dang.
All right, I'll see you there. By the way, everyone cool with me collecting a deposit before we reach an agreement, right?
Kind of deposit.
Now, come this way.
Oh yeah, she money hungry. The Dew of Divine Blood in the backpack has what? Where did my Dew of Divine Blood go? Oh, she took it?
She's incorrigible.
How?
Follow me.
Okay, she really is a master thief. Hold up. Letter from the Phantom Thief Cipher continued. Dear Princess Homebody and Gray Mystery. Oh, the Gray Mystery is us. You probably guessed already. I had no intention of showing up at the Pack Beast workshop. This means, of course, I had no plans to return the gift there either. This was just a warm-up for our little game of cat and mouse. But surely you've realized the kitty phantom thief never cared about stealing a mere trinket, right? No. What I'm really after is your hearts. Just kidding. I have no interest in your hearts. If Princess Homebody can track my path, then by all means try. I'll be waiting at the end. And rest assured, we'll meet face to face this time. P.S. Grey mystery. Where did you get that dew of divine blood? Don't tell me it's a gift from the seamstress. I'll taste it for you. Sincerely, Kitty Phantom Thief. Ain't no way she trolling us right now. She messing with us. Nah, casters, lead us to her.
Here we are.
Alright, we arrived. This is her secret hideout, the rooftops.
Over here! Over here! No, not that way. This way!
Where are you? Up top?
Come on. If I really wanted to hide, you'd never find me.
Dang. Is that a challenge?
So relax, you two. No need to get your hackles up. I'm not that scary, am I? Meow.
Ain't no way you just meowed at me. At last, a character that meows has appeared. Ooh, what kind of quirk is that? Nah, at last.
No way. Some people might have been into that a millennium ago, but it's long since gone out of style. Loosen up, buddy. Shall we get down to business?
Let's do it.
Give me the jewelry piece first, or everything's off the table.
You heard the lady, and my dew of divine blood.
Oh, come now. Don't be so upset. Relax. Relax.
She gonna be a fun character.
Look, isn't the view here just great? You can see what everyone is doing and where they're going, and they won't even know you're here. Now that we've broken the ice, let's get to the point. Everything I've said so far has been a joke. I'm inviting you two here for 3 things.
Alright, what are they?
1. The seamstress found me and wants me to take you to Styxia to look for the Death Titan.
We know that.
2. The Council of Elders also found me and wants me to make sure the core flame of Thanatos ends up in their hands.
We'll see what happens with that. I don't know if it's going to end up in anybody's hands but yours, at least for the beginning part. Look at you, having your finger in both pies. You're that famous? Seamstress. Now look at you, having your finger in both pies.
And last, but not least, I'm telling you that I'm not interested in doing either of those things.
Oh, okay.
Don't go look for the Death Titan. The end.
That we can't end it that way. Some time ago? Okay, what happened?
Wow. This is some high quality stuff.
Okay, what does she have here? Why does it look like one of the gems from the whatchamacallit? The people from the IPS, right? I forget what they're called. But Aventurine and all them, all their stones.
And this room is full of it. How much are these worth, Did you get all of this through that Aranova gimmick?
Some of it is family fortune, while the rest came from my business as a dressmaster. Don't liken the flame-chased work to your shady dealings.
Wow. I should have busted down your door instead of going around like a thief.
I know, you would have been rich and set for life.
Well, spill. Why are you giving me so much money?
Oh, she's giving her all of this or just some of it?
Payment for doing work. You're worth this much.
Because she's that good? Okay.
Did you forget my stance to all this? I thought I made myself very clear.
Oh, she really don't want to mess with death.
You wish to run away. Run away from your responsibilities, from the prophecy, and from your destiny. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change.
That's her destiny? She's gonna die over petty change? That's insane.
I understand this prophecy weighs on you immensely.
Yeah, that sucks.
That is why I have never approached the demigod of trickery for running away. But I need you right now, so don't turn me down.
That does suck. Every single one of the Chrysos heirs, or well, demigods at least, has a terrible fate awaiting them, bro. What was our fate? Do we have a fate for our future? Like, obviously we were gonna die right now because, or we were supposed to have already died, but we cheated death. So does that mean that we're not gonna have a fate to die afterwards in the prophecy?
You know, Maybe the gods got your tongue with their golden threads, Aglaya. I'm not hearing any sincerity in your words.
Because she's losing her humanity.
Give me a reason why you're bowing your noble head to me.
We lost Trian. Oh.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah, that got her attention.
The divine power of passages is running out. I need another demigod to escort CASTORICE and help her fulfill her lifelong wish.
Oh, I get it now. You're sending CASTORICE to her death.
Okay, crazy.
And you want me to die with her.
That's not what she meant.
This is CASTORICE's own request. I have never seen her so determined.
She brought this up herself? You're not pulling my leg.
She's also made up her mind to leave her confused past behind. As will you, Cypher, when you finally make up your mind.
Don't be so sure. Time is hard in the likes of you and I. But CASTORICE remains pure as driven snow.
That is true. That is actually crazy that they've all been around for so long, but CASTORICE is the main one of them that has remained, like, you know, yeah, she's like a freaking angel, bro. The heck?
She can always turn back before the end, you know? Maybe she'll remember Trian's sacrifice. Maybe she'll remember the countless martyred Chrysos heirs. Maybe she'll remember you, with your one foot in the grave. I ain't as optimistic as you about what she'll want to do. Tell you what, why don't I take this room of treasures as a security deposit, and we make a bet?
Okay.
Go on.
I bet she'll change her mind and turn back. Now, if I lose, I'll do what you want me to do. Return this deposit to you, plus giving you another room full of treasures. How does that sound?
Dang, you making her even more rich?
You sound like you have all the confidence in the world. In that case, let's make a pact with those conditions. I hope you're prepared to lose it all.
Yeah, I know. That's a crazy bet.
In conclusion, I want to win. So I hope you two can give up on going to Styxia.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I'll give all the treasures in that room to you. And you can split it between yourselves however you want.
Yeah, we don't care about that. Well, you know, I might care about that, but she doesn't care about that.
What do you think? Tempting, right?
I'm almost dead. What use do I have for money? That's also true. That's a very good point. The currency I use isn't the same as the one in Amphoreus. Also true. I need credits. Do you got any of those? Maybe I should consider it.
No. Your soul is almost gone for good.
I know. I'm joking.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm dying if we don't go.
I can't go into the details, but we have to go to Styxia.
I really don't get how. Princess, homebuddy, you keep talking about needing to find Thanatos, about getting rid of your curse, and you don't care about anything else. But did you ever live for your own pleasure? Even for just one day?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying, contrary to your beliefs, Aglaya didn't take you in just so you can die for her Aranova.
The flame chase journey walks hand in hand with sacrifices. Isn't that why you're always running away from Lady Aglaya?
Fine. Never mind. We all have our own problems.
Countered that one.
I ain't gonna say anything anymore. It's not like I was gonna honor that bet anyway.
Crazy work.
But listen to me. Styxia is no tourist destination. Sure, the treasures buried in there are 10, no, 50 times richer than Aglaya's vault.
That's a lot. Hold up.
Yet, I've never been there. And I never plan to. Because even a demigod can't be sure they can walk out of that place alive.
Because it's literally the place of death, yeah.
And now I'm supposed to escort you to Styxia. Sure. Pay up.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even after your own bet that you proposed? I'll give you however much you want. Aglaya's already paid for me. Is ripping people off the authority of Zacharias' demigod? That's not even a question. That literally is. I'll give you however much you want. Nah, Aglaya already paid for me.
Her payment was in gold and precious stones, which only covers the living passenger. You need to pay me as a member of the dead.
Yeah?
I don't like this. However, I have lived a longer life than most people. Though I'm not as good at doing business as Lady Aglaya, I still have some savings.
Okay. We're using that then?
I can give them all to you.
Dang, all of them?
Then how are you going to live the rest of your life?
We'll figure that out.
Then I'll give you 90. No, 80%.
Yeah, Cypher getting all excited because you messing with her.
Well, don't mind if I do. 80% of Castoric's savings and a bottle of dew of divine blood.
You taking my divine blood?
Trade.
Don't forget to give Castoric's jewelry back. I'll show you who's boss once I recover with full HP.
I'm so scared.
Dang.
Can you even catch my tail?
I love that. Now, Cypher actually do bicker back and forth with me. I like her. Hold up.
Here, catch.
Be careful with that.
Oh, ooh, that looks really nice.
A minor change in plans, though. Don't go to the bath tomorrow. Come look for me at Akima's city gates instead.
City gates, got you.
So, why are you changing the meeting place?
Probably to avoid Aglaya.
Oh, nothing really. Just a bit scared of the seamstress's frosty face.
Huh.
I wouldn't stay a second longer in Akima if it were up to me.
Or is she about to pull one over on Aglaya and steal some of her treasures?
Well, now that we've struck a deal, why don't I give you guys a lift back? It's gonna be a long ride.
Why you say it like that? Oh, she gone already? Wait, what did she just do? Next day, Akima. Alright. Where am I? Is this my room? How did I get back here? This is a coin? It was Cypher. And she even tucked me in. Oh, so she's carrying like that? Of course, another one of our coins and little pallets. Never mind, it's getting late. I'd better get going. Letter from her again. Gray mystery. These formal addresses at the start of letters are such a hassle, and you've already read 3 useless Phantom Thief letters. I've left Princess Homebody's gift here. Take good care of it. Remember, skip the baths and come straight to Akima City Gate to find me. You know I have no patience. Come late and I'll leave without you. Clear? P.S. Yes, I'm the one who tucked you in. You're welcome. Sincerely, Kitty Phantom Thief. Nah, I love her already. Hold up. She's a dope character already. It's time for us to leave Akima and meet with Cypher. Is this the thing? Castoric's gift? Yeah, Nether Butterfly is pondering. A handcrafted silver ring. If you hold it into your ear, you can hear the sound of melting snow. In Idonia, the snow that we heard from the backstory, yo. In Idonia, the departed seal ice and snow into a ring before their final journey, offering it to the living as a token to walk the rest of the path in their stead. When the ice melts and the snow fades, the flowers will bloom, and you will find me. Oh, okay. Dang, bro. They did a phenomenal job with CASTORICE and with Cypher so far, just for the very beginning. Alright, we here.
Bright and sunny. Just the weather for farewells.
You're here?
Really? Just 3 of us? I'll go give Aglaya a heads up.
No need, I already told her. She's fine with it. You sure know how to put me in a spot, CASTORICE. I need to travel with you, but I can't touch you. What a bother.
Yeah, and you teasing at her?
Sorry.
Aw, I was just teasing. Don't take it to heart. did you know that the legends say you have to put an obol into the mouth of the dead or over their eyes if you want them to successfully cross the River of Souls and enter the Netherrealm?
That went over my head. What?
That's the fairy fare for entering the Netherrealm. However, I honestly won't ask you to pay this time. I'll pay. And then we'll just have to go through the motions.
We'll probably be paying up later. You sure are helpful when it doesn't cost you anything. We already paid you so much. Just how much have you swindled CASTORICE of, for real?
Don't worry. It's not a lot.
It's only $2 million.
Alright, pass me the coin. It's time to get the gods' powers going. A fleet-footed trip to the Netherrealm. Here we come.
Here we go.
Oh, one last thing before we go. I gotta give you this piece of advice. Especially to you, Princess Homebody.
Dang.
You can't catch the wind by waiting. You only live once. So make the most of every moment you have.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready. Be steady.
Okay.
Hi, your turn.
Offer it up. So
Don't
she
be
just
nervous.
yeeted her out of here?
After all, it'll be gone in the blink of an eye.
Okay, she's just carrying me.
All done.
That was it? What kind of powers? How did she get CASTORICE here?
Are you feeling all right?
No, that was awesome. I swear, was she speeding? Where am I? Are we still in Amphoreus? Bro, that was epic. Those are her powers?
She's
Ain't
the
nobody
demigod's
catching her.
trickery. When she flips the coin of whimsy into the air, she gains incredible speed that lets her travel anywhere in an instant.
That's an epic power. I want that.
Just like how she clearly had no intention of lingering here for even a second longer.
She does not mess with death.
We can only depend on ourselves for the rest of the way.
Alright, let's do it.
Don't worry. Mem's here to help.
Dang, okay. So you came. Can you teleport too? Did you pay your fare?
I don't think I even meet the height requirement for the ticket, so I won't need one, right?
Okay.
This is Styxia, the city of dragons and waves.
Oh, we made it.
Anaxa hypothesizes that the missing Thanatos is somewhere in these ruins. This is the land of their birth. Or perhaps of their death.
Pelixia's death, maybe, and she became the Titan. Are there any other clues? How would we find them? Aha! I know this one. They returned whence they came.
Anaxa had used a secret alchemical art to temporarily fuse his soul with Circe's and Kephae. And when he was on the verge of death, he was pulled by Thanatos and caught a glimpse of the flowing river of souls.
Okay, so that was how he did it.
This alchemy, considered a sacrilegious act, might actually make the souls of mortals and titans attract each other.
Okay, interesting.
Even though Thanatos has been missing for 1,000 years, and
Long
even
time.
their followers haven't been able to find them. Perhaps that special attraction could summon them here.
So, do I have to do that then? Or but my soul's gone, I don't know.
Oh, so are we going to use that Philosopher's Stone to
I forgot we had that.
conjure the Titan?
I guess so.
I guess that's the only way. The only leads we have now are the name of this city and the fairy tale about the dragon.
Thanatos is even more mysterious than I am.
They definitely are at the moment. I don't know, I feel like Mem, you still might have them beat though. Still gotta figure out more about you.
Indeed. Even one as erudite as Anaxa could only point us to this place, and no further. We will be entering the unknown as soon as we take our first steps. But that won't be the first time in my long journeys. I believe that, rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Perhaps fate might take pity on us today and show some compassion.
Okay. We hope so. Alright, Dragonbone City, Styxia, y'all. We have finally arrived. But, unfortunately, I've been going for a little too long and I got things to do. So, I'm gonna end the video off right here. Crazy section of the game. Protect Castorus at all costs in the comments down below. We love Castorus here now. First, we had Anaxa with his revelations and him answering the questions that he had, which answered my questions. We got to learn about Titans and their origins a lot more. We got the whole debate with the Council of Elders, where I'm not gonna lie, Aglaia lost that debate. We'll see how it goes later on, though, with the People's Conference, or whatever it was called exactly. Then we moved on with Castorus, and then in her backstory with Polixia and everything like that, and then even her backstory in Idonia, with her as a kid. That cutscene was fire. That cutscene was one of the best that you've ever done. That had me hooked. That had me in there. That had me, bro. I want more now. That got me hooked. I'm about to play more of this as soon as I can. Heck, I'm not going to sleep. Regardless, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, you know what to do. Body that like button. Subscribe to this as well if you haven't already on the crew. And with that, I will catch y'all in the next video tomorrow, where we're going to explore Styxia and find Thanatos. Take care.